Thank you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Twisted Teach, and now we are back for our Saturday D&D. On the last episode of Dungeons and the Durgans, I got a haircut. Yes, I did get a haircut. On the last episode of Dungeons and Durgans, the adventuring party went through the trial of the kings. They discovered a puzzle in which they solved with a little bit of trial and error, and they ended up discovering a strange, I would say instrument of sorts that they don't quite understand at the moment. They pissed off some sand. They blew up one of the vases containing alchemist's fire, nearly killing one of their adventuring party members. A rug tried to kill them. Some statues
I forgot about
tried to kill them.
I have its corpse.
And then at the end, they were so prepared for the final boss of the dungeon that when it woke up, they shit-stomped it in a single turn. The poor thing got one lightning bolt off and then died. I was expecting
with a lightning bolt. Oh shit, I'm ricking.
Okay, yeah, you need to calm down, buddy. When they killed the final boss and took the item off of the pedestal, it started the dungeon started to collapse and almost buried them in there, with one of the party members staying behind to ensure that the extra loot that was in the sand in the pedestal was dug out, and they ended up getting a nice hand-sized diamond out of it. And so, with the use of his spell slots and draining a lot of his sorcerer ability out in a burst of magic, Garnet, our resident sorcerer, went from the end of the dungeon to the beginning of the dungeon in a good 6 seconds flat almost, where he teleported non-stop. That was pretty brutal. Back area looking
pretty
nice.
Brutal. It was pretty fun.
The setup's fucking sick.
It's a good thing I didn't touch that while you guys were fighting the suits of armor.
Why?
Because if we touched the thing would have started collapsing.
Right?
Yeah.
But other than that, this is where we get started. They've made their way out of the dungeon. Of course, Sindrell is looking here extremely distraught that the dungeon is now inaccessible, and he was only able to get a little bit of into the tunnels, uncovering some of the glyphs, but he is opting to stay here while the adventuring party returns to the prince with their reward, or their prize in hand. And this is where we start today's session. Now, before I actually start the session, John, he needs some milk. Yes. John, if you were there, I know that during the test stream I said I was going to give something away. I've decided that it is going to go towards one of the party members for some better sound quality. So, I will figure out another reward to give everybody who's subbed, not just subbed, but following, so that you guys can go ahead and get something nice. I'll do a giveaway.
No, just do me eating sand again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
But now for free.
Yeah, but for free.
Not sub goals.
Sub goals? Yeah. I still gotta hit. I'll put up another sub goal, but we need to hit that follower goal. But for now, Ish, Zap, Ondariel, and Garnet, you sit outside the dungeon that has just collapsed behind you. Sand still trickles out from the collapsed tunnel, and Sindrell looks pretty perturbed at the events that have just taken place, but kind of accept that this was going to happen regardless, with how old this tomb was.
Hey, Forrest, you are aware you're not actually sharing D&D on your stream?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at what I grabbed. What did I grab?
What did you grab?
The thing off the pedestal, and then I ran.
Ha! Yes. Welcome to the crew. Thank you for following, and thank you for enjoying the content. As for you, Ish, what you had pulled off the pedestal was the lower left half of a scarab.
Wait, lower left? How
Yep.
can it be lower?
So if you were to take a
half?
medallion of a scarab, right? It's just a piece of metal with
So it's
inlaid
broken into
runes
four,
and
is what you're
stuff
saying.
with the gems. Yeah, it was split in half. So there's like an upper right half and a lower left half.
Okay,
So you got the ass end of the
is it
scarab.
like
Yeah,
in
it's
half?
diagonally split in half.
Okay, I was like, how can it be all those things?
Yep, lower left, upper right. You're missing half the scarab, and inset into the part of the scarab that you have, you can see that if the scarab was to be completed with both halves, there would be a socket in the center of the scarab for what appears to be a jewel of sorts. The wings of a scarab, I don't know if your character knows what a scarab looks like, but for information for everybody else, it looks as though the wings of the scarab are missing.
My character would not know it.
I figured
It
as
does
much.
not
Would any of us know
belong
what a
to
scarab
the-
looks like? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think any of you know what a scarab looks
No.
like,
Yeah.
I've seen too many mummy movies to not know that.
right?
I mean, I know what a scarab is. Ish would not.
All right, so this
It's
is where
just
you
stupid
guys.
lizard. Remember that.
Hey, Ish is smart lizard, but very specialized with his smartness.
Exactly.
That's stupid.
No,
Very wise.
put him in the ocean, and then you'll see.
We have at least once, I believe, and it didn't go so well. We got attacked by a kraken.
Okay, well,
I mean, he's
that
right.
wasn't my fault. That was some Kraken whisperer we have in our party.
Guy with a name says, "Come on, Ish. What the hell are you doing with your life?"
Yeah, ish.
Or I'll just
Let's
turn
just-
on the handy dandy Dungeons and Dragons TV.
Yeah, exactly. You need to know what a fucking scarab is. Aight, what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna put Gamma.
Yeah, see if I'm alive.
I'm gonna be like, hey, you good, man? What'd you find?
I found a nice few things, and I think we should split up when we get back to a safer location.
Are they shiny?
Oh, they're shiny. Oh, they're shiny.
Shouldn't have told him that.
He's like shiny,
Hey.
breathing
Shiny.
heavily. Yeah, exactly.
Did somebody say shine?
Still need to turn down
Okay,
Bailey.
so I am going to go up to Cinderell and ask him what he's
Still
doing.
need to turn down Bailey.
Sorry,
Okay, I'll
hold
turn down Bailey. So you're gonna go up to Cinderell?
He already told us he's staying here, or what?
Yeah. He's kind of just looking at you guys at this point.
Sorry we destroyed it, Cinderell, but
Nah, it's fine. It's an
I'm not-
ancient tomb. I was expecting it to not be here for very long. And the few etchings I managed to get of the interior tunnel were worth the research. I'm gonna keep looking around the area and see if there's any other relics of the past.
I mean, you
is
could
there
try
anything
digging
else
it out
you're
again.
going to get us here for?
I don't have the manpower, and magic's not really going to assist, and I do not know the spell for stone shape.
Stairs at Ish? Maybe?
I don't have manpower. I am not a man
Nor power.
nor powerful.
I am not man, nor am I power.
So, what direction to the prince are we all ready to head out?
Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I'm pretty used to near-death experiences by now.
Y'all are just like, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that makes sense. Aight, so, you guys make your way away from here. And it does not take you more than another half day's travel to make your way back to Prince Jolam's private estate.
Jolem.
Jolam. Or not, yeah,
Magical
Prince
water.
of Jolam. And when you arrive, both of the girls are kind of just relaxing out and about near the well. Elizabeth is kind of just running in circles, kind of just fucking burning herself out. She looks like she's just having a fucking blast running in circles. While fucking Reza sits there, kind of just occasionally glancing up every time Elizabeth runs past. Just absolutely astonished that Elizabeth has this much energy.
I mean,
I'm assuming we know what the big gym looks like now. I tell Gamut to give Elizabeth the gym, show her what we found.
I would have probably, once we sat down before
It took us a day
Probably nice.
to get here,
Yeah,
right?
took us half a day. So I know I would be very cautious, so I
There.
would have waited till we were in an area where we can hide away.
So here, when you finally
No,
made
here
it back,
now, like I'd take it out now, but not before.
so you pull out the largest of the gemstones, a clear white diamond that
I
is
got
about the size
this.
of your fist.
Garnet's with?
So Ish's
Oh.
brain.
So,
Hey.
yeah.
Reza, come here.
Elizabeth runs over and goes, "You're back?"
Yep. We
So, I'm not back.
Okay, you got to tell me everything.
oh boy, do we have a story for you.
She's gonna plop down in the sand right there.
So, you want to hear a story?
The Borderlands.
Thank you, Forrest.
You're welcome.
Show her the gem. Give it
Yeah.
to-
Upon pulling out the
Well-
gem, she's going to squeal in delight and like reach for it.
What are you gonna do again?
Let her reach for it, but be like, be very careful with that.
She's gonna snatch it up and she's gonna run over to Reza over there. And she's going to be like, "They brought back gemstones. It's so pretty."
Can
And
she
Reza's
see
just-
that?
Can Reza what?
Nothing.
He's doing something.
He's doing.
Uh-huh. What are you doing, huh?
Oh,
Oh, nothing. Nothing. Don't worry.
Gotcha. Uh-huh.
that's not something to worry about.
Aight. So you guys have made it safely back to the estate.
Let's go see the prince.
Okay.
Or find someone that can direct us to said prince.
The only people here are Reza, Elizabeth, and the prince himself. It's not going to take you long. Upon entering back into the building back here, the prince is mainly just relaxing, lounging about. He's kind of looking extremely worried, but upon your guys' arrival, wow, what the hell are you drawing?
I did not know I could draw. That's cool.
Get out of here with your drawing. So, when you guys walk in, the prince is going to look up, and immediately the distraught look of just like anxiety kind of drains from him. And he looks more calm than he was a moment before you walked in. Ah, the adventurers, they have returned. Stop drawing on
That's not me. I
the
promise.
map. I will murder you, Ondariel. You, Ish, stop drawing. I don't need you guys cluttering the map with all the drawings. I'll fight you. I will fight you all. So, yeah, I see your drawing down there. Y'all need to stop.
I smell murder.
Hey, I'm gonna murder you guys. Y'all acting like children is what you're doing.
I'm not doing anything.
I'll fight all of you. Draw a Navy traditional drawing. No. Not gonna happen.
Vote to kick them off the island.
I vote to kick them off the island. Yes, they are not kicked off the island. Aight. So, the prince is going to go up. You've made it back, which means you've either A, completed the trial, or you haven't. And I assume it's the prior.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot of faith in us.
You've proven yourself not once but twice already. A third would not be a surprise.
We have succeeded.
It is good. What did you happen to find?
Big gem.
Ah,
We found a
Gemstone.
big.
Mhm.
We also found this I'll call it a canister, I think it was.
Hmm. Anything
Sand.
else?
Lots of sand.
So much sand.
I see.
Which-
Lots of sand.
And
Uh,
gemstones.
The object. May I see it? The canister, right?
Yeah, the scroll case triangle thing. Hand it over to him.
Yeah. He takes it in his hands and he looks it over. Huh. This doesn't really feel like much of anything. This is what the trial's end prize was?
I'm gonna scratch my head with the scarab thing.
He's not even gonna notice. He's just kind of looking over the object. He's kind of just like baffled at it, like the purpose of this device.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna start picking my teeth with it.
Upon hearing something scraping on something, he looks up to Ish and goes, "Ah, what do you have there?
Oh, something I found in the tomb.
Might I see it?"
Okay. But I need to finish cleaning my teeth later.
I'll get something for you to do that. He's gonna take the object and he's gonna wipe away whatever like you scraped off with it, and he's just gonna kind of like look slightly disgusted, but he's kind of just gonna go, eh.
He's gonna lick it.
What else could I expect from a lizard like you?
I resent that.
Good.
Is this
He's
what you were looking for?
he looks at it and goes, "Ah, yes, I feel something. A power hidden within the object itself. It seems to be almost calling. Good. This will ensure that I can return to the city. With this in hand, I have earned my rightful place as ruler of Jolim, one of the three
Wait.
sultans."
Wait.
What?
So I could have brought it to the city and claimed my right to rule.
I don't quite think so. You don't have the bloodline necessary to activate this with the other two pieces, and
I could get the blood. That's not a problem.
I see. Well, I will keep that in mind for the future.
Like, no, no. Prince.
Well,
What
anything
does-
else that you found inside of the trial is yours to keep. Any valuables, gold, gems, and the like. I do not need that.
Yeah, that's what the scarab has to deal with the process.
I do not quite understand what it has to do with the trials themselves. All I know is that each of the sultans, rulers of the three cities, will enter their own trials, and they will come out with an object. And with all three of them, it will be our time to decide whether we continue the practices of old or into a new era of things.
And what
you
was
do that without them?
I guess I could, but that would involve traveling to the other cities, finding out where the other trials are, entering it, passing the trials, and receiving the object at the end. I guess if done right, then one of them could send a champion in, or themselves go, retrieve all of the parts, and then combine them and choose the fate of the three cities.
No, I mean, couldn't you choose the fate without even doing any of the artifact thing? Like, couldn't you just be like, yeah, I choose not to do this anymore?
It is not quite that simple. People are set in their ways of old, and ancient magics keep ancient rituals in place. It is hard to change when something is so deeply ingrained in custom. I have been working to change the way the three cities have worked, but I've barely made a scratch on my own city, which is probably why I have received news that the assassination on my father, and by proxy myself, was an attempt to remove us in contention of finding the pieces. With the trials reopened, of sorts, if someone were to get their hands on all three pieces alone, they alone would be able to choose the fate of the cities, and the people thusly in it.
So
No.
what you're saying that
Who's
with one
behind?
piece I can't be ruler, but with all three I can.
Yes. That is essentially what it means.
I smell side quest.
Ah. Now, first of all, we must return to Jolam, and when we...
Sultan Itch. Has a nice ring to it.
Sultan Captain Dash.
Sultan Cat. You're right. Sultan Captain Itch.
The
Honestly, if
assassination.
you were to become Sultan, you would never be able to sail the seas again, Captainish. Is that truly what you would want?
I'd have a co-sultan.
Ah, co-Sultan, of course.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of just ignore the rest of that. And he's going to go, well, I best keep this safe. And he's going to pull out a handkerchief and he's going to begin wrapping it up. And he's going to open up his shirt. He's going to shove it in to a safe little spot. He's going to go, yeah. Well, I could keep asking for your aid, and I think I will, but I do not plan to do what the other sultans have done. I'm going to work with them and try to make a better future for all of the cities.
I'm gonna try to take it.
It's gonna be pretty hard considering the fact that you're much shorter than he is, right? Which you're gonna have a disadvantage already. And he's already being wary of you, being so interested in the scarab half. However, you do manage to sneak without him looking, because he is sitting now.
Yeah.
You do manage to plunder through and pull out the handkerchief, but the scarab is missing.
Okay, one handkerchief.
Yep, you do have the prince's handkerchief.
Who knows one and give it back to him.
Pretty sure I saw that, right?
Is your
Uh,
passive perception 17 or higher?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Yes,
Then yeah, you did.
Zap, you did see it. And you
Well,
also
I didn't see the scarab.
yeah, you also didn't see the scarab. So obviously either the scarab's no longer there or something else. The prince is going to sit there for a moment and he's going to contemplate, and he's like, first I need to return to Jolam. I need to return as the rightful heir to the sultanship of Jolam, and then I need a group of champions to travel to the other cities and to either assist them in getting their pieces so that we may come together and make a decision as all of us, or if they are dead. And I assume, or I have an assumption as to who may have pulled the strings on my father's assassination. Adventurers, are you willing to continue working with me? Delving
Are
ancient...
you willing to continue paying us?
I would grant you anything you find other than the trial pieces, of course, are yours to
Sultanship.
take. If
Hopefully some good favor when you control everything.
I
If
see Ish
you-
found the loop around.
if you have the power to control one of the scarab pieces and the other sultans are no longer alive, then yes, I will grant you sultanship.
That's you might not want to have said that.
It's a dangerous
This-
promise.
This little one will go to very extreme lengths to get what he wants.
I figured as much, but that is exactly what I need from champions such as yourselves. I need somebody who's willing to get the job done quickly.
As long as you make me a sultan, I'll make anything quick.
Haha, good. Now, you have one of two options. You can accompany me back to Jolam, or you can head to the next closest city, which is Teromai.
Do we need anything from Joel?
Yes, I want to go back to the Thieves Guild, which I would like to ask. Do you think they had a hand in the assassination plot?
The Thieves Guild? More than likely not.
Yeah.
The individuals were within our own guard, and it seems to have been there for a long time. I doubt the Thieves Guild would have taken that long to get whatever they needed done, and they would have not gone through the lengths of killing the Sultan, considering the fact the Sultan turns a blind eye to their acts a majority of the time.
So
Maybe
who is pulling the strings then?
Hmm. I believe it is the third sultan of the last city. The city... Give me 1 second.
The city
Let me pull up
of
my
the Infinite
notes. Wow, give me a second. It's the wonderful
the City
city.
of Angels.
Let's see. Let me open up. Olukal. That is the Sultan of Olukal, I believe, is behind this. He has a religious order that practice fire magic, and it is very similar to the subjugator that was sent after me and my father. The same one that you managed to kill that was breathing fire. I do not know what kind of power more of his priests are capable of, and I do not truly know if it was the Sultan who had sent them or somebody who knew the ancient texts and about the trials and are maneuvering themselves to ensure that he is the only Sultan who can claim the pieces. It is just a theory, of course, and I may be completely wrong, and somebody used very similar magic to make it appear as though the Sultan was responsible.
So are you going to be safe going back to Jolum with the piece and yourself? That seems like a mighty
Big bet.
One of the great things about the trials is the second that a sultan claims his reward at the end of the trial, it guarantees that they will be one of the members of the sultans to come together and reform the object and make a
Do they
decision.
swing?
They must let me back in as rightful ruler of Jolum now, and they will respect the power that I hold.
From the swings, I bet you.
To Jolum we go.
Aye, to Jolum we go.
Yeah.
And by the way, where's your last friend? Cinderella, I believe.
He decided to stay at the tomb to research a bit more.
He's a nerd.
Ah, I see. Well, hopefully he is able to meet back up with us, and I assume the girls will be fine in my care. Do you trust them with me?
The question is, do you trust them with you?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Elizabeth is quite a handful.
Elizabeth has already proven herself as quite a combatant. We've done a couple duels so far, and quite a skilled swordswoman. She would rival some of the best soldiers and warriors within Jolum, and even all of the Tri-Cities. She's quite
Yeah.
skilled for someone so young.
He is quite young.
Very young. Yeah.
Then we shall return to Jolum. Of course, I will probably be making my way back out here. Jolum is a very exposed place, and I would rather stay hidden. Hopefully I don't draw too much attention returning to Jolum, and I should have a guard retinue, but to Jolum we go. Jenny,
Roll on we go.
I will end you.
You didn't see it.
I did see it.
Look at it. It's perfect.
Where is it?
Where did you put it?
It was underneath me.
Yeah, she just had this giant white underline.
You didn't even see it.
I did see
How
it,
could you
which
be
is
so
why I
cruel,
attempted to
Forrest?
move you so that I could figure out what the hell the white was underneath you. Stretch time? No, I do not stretch during D&D. It is a constant sitting exercise. No moving during D&D. Sorry to tell you. As for the rest of you, with Elizabeth, Reza, and the prince in tow, you begin making your way back to Jolum. It doesn't take you long. It takes you, you guys will probably have to rest there for the night, seeing as the most of the day is already gone and you would not make it back to Jolum before night. The next morning, you leave. And it's another short night's worth travel, so a good 6 hours back to the city, and you arrive sometime around midday. Upon arriving, the guards immediately make formation, seeing that the prince is attempting to return, seeing how they believe that he had killed his father. And an individual begins walking out of the gates and goes, "Halt! You dare return to Jolum after killing your own father?
You dare talk to the prince?
Silence,
you?
outsiders." The prince walks up and goes, "Champions, just calm." He reaches inside of his coat, or his top, and he pulls out the bottom half of the scarab, and he goes, "I have returned to Jolum as the rightful sultan, having completed the trials of the ancient kings. I bear with me proof and dominion over all of Jolum, and I would like to absolve my name. It was not me who had killed my father. I do not know who, but these champions killed the individuals that actually did the crime, and with their help, I have managed to pass the trials to prove my innocence." The woman standing in front of you looks surprised at this. She just stops for a second. Yeah, cool. Thank you for the stretch. And she's going to be taken aback, but she's going to go, "Fine. Then you may come and prove it before the nobles of the city. As for your champions, they are to remain outside in the city, but they will be watched heavily." He goes, "Good. Then I'm already making strides ahead of where I was." He's going to turn back to you guys. "I will be taking Elizabeth and Reza with me to ensure that nothing happens to them. With this in hand, nothing will happen to any of us, as long as I am the rightful ruler of Jolum, of course. As for you guys, feel free to do whatever you need in the city, and then, with haste, make your way over to Terumai. If you can, meet with the Sultan, and try to convince him that you are there to aid him with the trial, and ensure that it gets into his hands without too much delay." Really, guys? Really? I
What?
will fight all of you.
I didn't do shit. Fucking Jenny.
Yeah, she's over here doing shit she's not supposed to. I will fight you, Jennifer.
Don't fucking yell at me for your
All
mistakes.
of you. All of you.
It's your mistake.
By the way, before the prince leaves, I'm gonna.
What are you're gonna attempt to sleight of hand again?
But this time, absolutely failing.
Yes. You trip over your own.
Just throw open his coat and start patting him down.
Yeah, no. In your attempt to walk over to him while he's holding up the scarab, your tail is in front of your feet, and you end up tripping over it, slamming into the ground, kicking up a dust cloud.
In this dust cloud, I'm gonna use it as a distraction to.
Yeah, no. You're not going to be able to get your hands on the scarab. The prince is going to look at you concerned, and he's going to go, "Keep trying there, friend, and maybe one day you'll get a piece of the scarab."
I warned you, didn't I?
What was this amusing?
Now, champions, can I rely on you to to make your way over to Terumai without too many difficulties?
Yeah.
We should be able to handle it.
Wait, where's my horse?
You have your horse. No. That is right, sorry. These are my horses. Your horse is over in the stables. The guild master, or the innkeeper, has ensured that any of your belongings are well taken care of while we were fleeing the city.
Good. I cannot go anywhere without my ship.
Well, good luck, adventurers. I make my way to clear my name. And he begins following the guards through the city. The head guard who was basically throwing around accusations, is going to glare back and kind of command her guards at the wall to send for reinforcements to ensure that you guys are watched properly while within inside the city.
I see. You're gonna take no precautions, or not?
So,
No, too many precautions.
how long of a trip is it?
It's gonna take you guys about a day to get to Taromai.
So
Oh,
leave in the morning.
A day.
I would like to go to the Thieves Guild before we leave.
Okay. Yeah. Is anybody
What's
going
the-
with Zap to the merchants? To the bazaar.
I'm literally not taking them with me.
Okay, you're just gonna disappear into the crowds. So as you guys enter
I'm
the city,
literally trying to avoid the entire guards, everything.
gotcha. So as you guys enter the city, and it's not long before you guys realize that Zap has disappeared into the crowds and is nowhere to be found.
Oh boy, this is gonna be great.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Do we notice the guards realize that he's gone, or?
No, they really haven't taken notice, or they don't actually care. Seeing as they didn't really notice him in the first place. The one that they have taken notice to is Ish, however. Ish is very vibrantly present everywhere he goes.
You can say that again. Did
Quick
we
question, how many-
leave? Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
I
go
won't
ahead,
end you.
please.
Stop.
You can go. Mine's only quick.
How many gems was I? What did I pull from the thing? Out of curiosity.
Did you pull any?
Yeah, he helped for a turn. You managed to
Sure.
pull just a few gems, about 6 garnets. Garnets.
Perfect. I might be taking those with me. So.
Okay. So, as for the rest of you, where would you like to go while Zap is heading over to the bazaar?
Did
Back to the Adventurers Guild.
Adventurers Guild or to the
Or,
inn?
or the inn, sorry. I guess, yeah.
Okay. Back towards the inn?
Did we leave Nodor and Ikrab at the inn, or were they just not present at that time?
They were not present at that time. Ekerb was, however, he made his way out of there without too many issues and made his way away from the situation.
Okay, so we don't know where
Yeah,
they're to.
no.
Okay. So yeah, I guess just go back to the inn for now.
Okay. So, Zap, you make your way over to the bazaar, and when you arrive, it doesn't take you very long to find yourself in the Green Mist Alley again, making your way through it. It doesn't take you long to make your way through it and into the inner sanctum of the Thieves Guild. Again,
Okay.
all 3 of the individuals who were here last time are sitting around. They kind of they nod upon your arrival and kind of just go about their business, seeing as you've been here before.
Excellent. I'm going to approach and try to hawk the garnets.
Gotcha. So you go over to the fence, and she's going to look down at you. Ah, I see you've returned. I, had heard a few things. And, I thought you'd been caught and weren't coming back. It's a good thing I kept what you had asked for, though. What are you looking for other than that? Or are you just looking for the traps that you had requested?
Traps, poisons, and if you have any information on how to work poisons better, that would be amazing.
I see. that would be the Red Man's go-between, the other individual that you had given the strange vial to. And I believe he's been looking for you as well, and I'm going to kill all of you. Quit drawing on the map. You're not that sly.
I was. It took you a good 10 minutes to notice mine.
No, I'd been erasing all of them.
No.
I'm gonna fight all of y'all.
I'm
So
not doing
who
anything. I'm
actually
sorting magic
poison?
cards.
Not during the stream. You guys can do this when we're not on stream. I need y'all to focus and quit fucking with shit, please.
Okay.
Thank you. So, she's going to go, and I made up a few more traps of the same design that you had requested last time. The spinning wire traps, of course. Are you looking to pawn anything off?
No, just the garnets right now.
I see. Gemstones. They're pretty easy to use and kind of disperse back into the system. I will give you... Yeah, you sure about that? You sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
You want to paint that fucking tent?
Oh, that's not me.
I will fucking end you.
That's not me.
I'm gonna end all of you. Quit it.
What?
I said fucking quit it.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm gonna fucking fight you if you're gonna make me fucking snap on stream.
I'm literally doing nothing.
Now that you're saying you're doing nothing, now I think it's you. I know it's fucking Ish over here being a bitch.
I'm fucking orange on
What are
the
you
thing.
doing?
So the fence is going to count out the gemstones you have, and she's going to go, getting rid of gemstones that might be from the prince's villa. I'll give you 200 gold.
200 gold for each.
No, 200 gold for all of them. Not a single garnet is worth 200 gold here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna see if she's bluffing me. Is she bluffing me?
Go ahead and roll insight.
Would that be insight?
You can tell that she's basically giving you a lower price for having to resell these gemstones. By how much, you don't know.
Okay. So you're telling me that these are the Sultan's gems, right?
From the prince's villa? I assume that's why you were driven out of the city, by assassinating the sultan, but a job's a job, and I don't ask too many questions.
Interesting. So you think I assassinated the Sultan?
Information
Who told you
gets
that?
around the city.
Tell you what, I will take those gems at 200, but I know that they're worth more. I want to know how much those gems could have got me information on who told you these stories.
It's not who tells the stories. It's the whole city knows that you guys had aided the prince in killing his father and escaping the city. And you killed a bunch of city guards to do it. I'm just saying I'm impressed, to be honest, that you are still alive. And the prince is back. That is some kind of job you've pulled off. She looks extremely impressed at the rumors that have spread.
Okay. 200 it is.
She drops the sack of coins after counting them out on the counter. And she's going to toss the traps forward as well. An extra 5 of the wire traps that you have. She goes, on the house. May they help with your next job. And if you ever find yourself trying to pawn off any more illicit goods, you know where to find us.
Yes. Thank you very much for your coin and the traps.
She's going to nod and go back to what she was doing.
Time to go find the red man and my individual with my new concoction of poison.
Gotcha. So, you find your way across the little area that you are currently in, back over to the individual that you'd given the vial to in the first place. And he looks up and goes, "Ah, just the man I was looking for."
Were you able to find out exactly what that fungus was?
No, it is of a different plane of existence. We don't know from where, but we were able to distill and kind of alter its properties. And we were able to create a poison. Now, mind you, we have the recipe, and you have your vial of original good back. And, of course, one distilled vial of poison. And, of course, the other half of the money that we agreed upon.
Thank you very much. Trade him.
Yep.
And then I'm also going to ask for you. Did he give me the recipe, or do I have to get that off him?
You're going to have to get that off of him.
Okay, how much for the recipe?
You see. 150 gold.
Is there a way to reproduce the mold?
No, what you have is what you have. Unless you are able to find more of it, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna buy it off of him.
Okay. He's going to go ahead and he pulls out a sheet of paper that's blank, and he sets it off to the side, and then he pulls up a kind of a lockbox of sorts, and he places it down on the table next to him, and he clicks it open, and he fucks with a few of the mechanical bits of it, and he opens it up, and he begins going through it. You can see there's a bunch of like cards that he goes through, and he's able to just kind of skim over it, and he stops at a fresh one, and he pulls it out, and he goes, "Ah, yes, perfect." And he grabs the other one, and he touches the two pieces of paper together, and you can see he does it a couple of times, and then he shakes out both paper, and he goes, "Word for word. Here, take." And he puts the original back and closes the lockbox and takes the coin. He has given you a copy of the nightmare mold poison that he has managed to distill. They did manage to take half of the original amount out, and you can, upon reading the recipe, know that it does not call for even a fraction of what they have taken, but you can assume that they are using it for their own nefarious purposes.
Interesting.
You just gave a Thieves Guild the mighty weapon there.
Oh, I have no problem with that.
The recipe is not very hard to follow. You can distill it very easily, but you are going to have to get your hands on a few ingredients to do so. One of that is moon sugar, Khajiit's very favorite drug of choice. You're also
Moon
going to need
sugar,
to get your hands on some finely ground dust from a gemstone worth at least 50 gold. And you're going to need to get your hands on the blood of an innocent child.
What?
It's either Elizabeth or Reza.
Yes, it requires blood from children.
That's fucked up shit.
How did they
Fucked up
get
as shit. How did... Oh, fuck. It's the Thieves Guild. Don't even fucking question how they got it. And
must
it's
trust
and
the
he
Thieves
he
Guild
isn't
very-
actually part of the Thieves Guild. He works for the Red Man, and the Red Man have their means. He's going to look at you and be like, "It was pleasure doing business," and the Red Man sends his regards.
Tell him I plan to do more business with him in the future.
The Red Man looks forward to it.
Take my leave. I have my traps and I have all that stuff.
Yeah, so when you do apply the poison, it does last for 3 uses. It does coat your weapon for a one-time use. And it will when you hit an opponent, which I will post this in the chat later. I have it written down elsewhere, and I haven't actually transported it into the Roll20 yet. But it does a Constitution saving throw of 14 is required to pass it. On a failed saving throw, you take full damage. On a successful saving throw, you take half damage. And it deals an additional 1d6 points of poison necrotic damage. And it also does 1d4 points of wisdom damage.
Is that permanent?
No, that after dealing damage, if the creature survives after a long rest, its wisdom will return to normal. It is
Okay.
the effects of the creatures that you had experienced in the forest.
Okay, let's kill Andariel now and get that 200.
Ah, yes, of course. You got to kill Andariel and get the 200 experience I promised you.
You gotta fight me for it.
That won't be
What's
hard.
the point? Like,
No,
We're
but
gonna
only
u-
one of you gets the experience.
No, all of them get the experience. If they all participate in the kill, they all get it.
Wow.
Lovely.
Oh, perfect.
that means if
Okay,
you
so
kill
I-
yourself, you
Yeah, I
level
was gonna say I just off myself and give myself 200 experience.
Ah, of course. You were dead, but you do level up to 6.
I level up the full health.
Yep, no, you just die. that is the end
Also,
of that.
200 experience wouldn't get us to the next level.
Okay, while I have time, if possible, I want to put the poison on the wires of the traps.
Gotcha. Each trap will only take 1 dosage. However, the trap, as long as you are able to fix it and get it back, each trap will last for 3 uses of the poison because it
Okay.
doesn't require nearly as much poison as a weapon would. So you're gonna have to do that when you get placed somewhere safe, other than middle of the
I get-
fucking
down in the
thieves
middle of
guild.
the thieves-
Yeah, sit down in the
Wait,
middle of
wait,
thieves
wait,
guild and
wait.
go, I'm prepping right here, bitches.
Everybody stand still.
Nope.
As
I lost the
for-
contact. No one move.
Oh God, nobody move. As for the rest of you, you make
Yeah.
your way back to the inn,
Yes.
Mhm.
and I'm gonna
Oh wow,
put you
Elizabeth, Reza, and Cinderella are all here.
right. I wasn't expecting you to come back here, so boom. And then the prince is also here, who is not here now. So
He's alive.
actually,
Well, we know he's
Still
alive.
is alive.
I'm gonna put him off to the side, but I am going to move him back to this layer so he can see what's happening. Aight. As for the rest of you, when you arrive back at the inn, the innkeeper is going to look extremely surprised at first, then he's going to kind of go, that one's a story I'm going to have to hear another time. And he's also going to point back to where you guys have been sitting before you guys had encountered the prince, and sitting very comfortably, and without too many issues, are Nodor and Ekerb, kind of just enjoying some ale. They look up upon you entering, feeling an ominous presence following along. Just kidding. They do look up, however, and do look surprised when they see you. And they're going to call
Where?
you back. They're in your guys' normal seat back here.
Okay, I'm gonna climb up on the table.
You climb back up onto the table. Your
That table.
claw marks already carved nice grooves into the table.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Home. Pull up a seat.
Nodor's going to go, "You're back! That means you've been captured?"
No.
Just done for being in the sand for a day.
What brings you back to the city then? We heard you'd been run out by killing the Sultan?
We didn't.
No.
Didn't.
I didn't think you did.
I think someone's setting rumors about us.
Yeah. We're gonna have to put some rumors to rest.
Well, that's what the guards have been saying.
In his rumors, you wouldn't mind spreading the fact that my name is now Sultan Captain.
Nodor's going to go,
Not true.
"We didn't think you did it, mates, but the guards have been saying things like you have helped the prince kill his father and then escape.
We helped the prince
Hmm.
and escaped.
Well, tell us the story."
Escape. So, you want to hear a story?
Damn it, we're not in the Borderlands. Just tell me the damn story.
Technically,
Repeat story here.
This is the border of land to sea, so we are in the borderland.
I
Oh,
guess,
shit! Where's the guns?
So
They're
we saw an
everywhere.
orphan on the street one day.
Damn, that's too far back for me. So, after you guys regaled them in your story of what had happened that night, Ekerb is going to nod along until after the part that he was not there for. because he did stay around and watch you guys fight to the death. Just in case something had happened, he was willing to come back in and go fucking ape shit if necessary.
Yes, literally.
A literal ape shit. But upon seeing that you guys had made it out safely and that you guys were making your way out of the city, Curb made his leave until after everything had settled down and then came back to the inn, where he was informed, along with Nodor, by the innkeeper of roughly the events that had transpired, wherein they were informed that you may or may not be returning, but they figured that either you guys would get a hold of them or Sindrel would without too much delay. So they've just kind of been doing their thing. Nodor's been working in the forge while he has the opportunity, and Curb has been studying in one of the libraries inside the city. And it's not too long into the story that you guys are telling back and forth before Zap arrives back at the inn, and he walks in. Zap, do you have an extra bag of holding, or are you the one without a bag?
No, I do have a bag of holding.
Okay, well then you don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Carrying arms full of traps.
Yeah, just carrying a bunch of shit inside and go, guys, look, I got a new poison. I can kill people.
Accidentally touches poison. Fuck.
Drinks poison.
No, it's like the guy who poisoned his knife and then licks it.
What does happen if they drink the whole vial?
You don't want to know.
Excellent.
Just imagine what happened to Nathan, but you don't get to use an inspiration point not to fucking die.
Would you honestly let me die there?
I would have, yeah. No. Had you not used an inspiration point, you would have killed yourself.
Of course. Of fucking course.
I'm Dargos, I'll never die.
You think I was bullshitting when I said you drank pure fucking mana that was corrupted by darkness.
And Max thinks I'm gonna die first.
Right? Shit. At this rate, Ondarhill's gonna be the one fucking dragging around a like missing arm and a leg that's half cut off, and he's just gonna be like, "'Tis but a scratch."
The real question is if he drinks more of it, does the little red stone on his neck get bigger?
Who fucking knows?
So what
Yeah,
if
we haven't
it's
mentioned that yet.
like a kidney stone?
That's a secret for later.
That is a secret for
Hey,
later.
hey. We all want that 200 experience, right?
I'll just fucking die anyway.
We can all see what happens if he drinks the poison.
Yeah, just pour a cup for him.
I mean, maybe he'll just roll perfectly.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Doubtful.
So, Zap, you arrive and you finish the story with the rest of your party members. And towards the end, you guys do kind of like let Nodor and Curb get a glimpse of your reward for clearing the dungeon. The nice fist-sized diamond.
Oh, yeah, we should probably split that up.
So
Yeah.
split up the diamond, just cut it in four ways.
All the other gems.
Yeah, all the other gemstones.
Yeah, all the other gemstones, definitely.
By the end of the session, I will actually have the gemstones in a nice little thing for you guys to divvy up. But I actually haven't rolled for the specific gemstones yet.
What if I wanted to buy something?
You have other gold for that.
I have free gold.
You guys also didn't divvy up the gold that the prince just dropped on you when he first arrived, did
Oh, yeah,
you?
that's right. I put it in my bag of holding and forgot about it. How much is in there?
Yeah, there's 1,000 gold in there.
Okay, guys. I'm a
So we all
thousand-
get 250?
Excuse me?
Ish is just like, what are you talking about? I made all this gold on my own.
No,
Look what I found, guys.
forgot about it.
That's not that simple, Ish. 250 gold between all of you, yes.
Ish, you forgot about it!
Ish did forget about it, yeah.
I would have been rummaging through my bag of holding at the end of this adventure and being like, huh, what's a stack of 1,000 gold doing in here?
Just goes, huh, weird.
Who was this from again?
Yeah, 250 for
shit.
each of you.
Holy.
Nodor is going to ask at this point, well, lads, now that you've returned to the city, what's the next goal?
Drink.
We.
Rest for
Rest for tonight, and then we are making our way over to Alokal.
Ah, one of the Tri-Cities.
Is Alokal a Toromai?
Terumai is the city you're going to. Nodor knows exactly where you're going.
Thanks, Nodor.
You're welcome.
You're the best buddy.
Why don't you come with us as our GPS?
Turn left here. Turn right there.
Can you do a full thing like this? I'll program it.
It's not.
We could have a full Nodor GPS.
I want dwarven directions. Thank you.
Dwarven directions.
Turn down.
If you've passed the bar, you've gone too far.
Face
You've passed the
ground.
bar. You've gone too far. Turn around at the next available point. You've passed it again, you dumbass.
I don't think dwarves would call you a dumbass.
No, dwarves would call you a fucking dumbass.
They'd have some other insult that sounds nicer than dumbass.
You pebble-eating no-beard is what they would call you.
Pure.
Yeah, pebble-eating no-beard is what they would call you.
Eating no beard.
That is the insult to the dwarves. Pebble-eating no-beard. Because you know full-grown dwarves eat rocks, right?
Yeah.
Look at Magni. He is a rock.
Damn straight. He's made out of
So
solid rock.
Pebble eating is an insult. Is boulder eating a compliment?
Yes.
So if I called somebody a boulder eating longbeard,
Yep. Oh yeah, no, you've just made best friends in the whole wide world. Longbeards are just for elders. You don't call anyone a longbeard unless they're old.
medium length beard.
Medium length beard, aye. Aight, what would you guys like to do as the innkeeper basically brings you guys some drinks and kind of just chillaxes nearby to listen to the tale?
Is there food?
Yes. The two halflings that are running around basically.
I mean, is there anybody else in this inn who is currently eating food?
Oh yeah, no, there's plenty of people who are eating food. Why?
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh
grab some.
no.
They're going to look at you and kind of like shoo you away as you come over. They don't want this like scavenger who's supposed to be like fucking dead, basically coming over and stealing from their food from them. And so they're gonna kind of like shoo you away, and some of them will go, and you don't get away with the sleight of hand either. And they're going to go for their weapon if you continue to try to push it.
But what if I don't push it for the same person? What?
Well, then they go around, and you're not able to get any food from any of them.
Fine, then I'll just steal food for my party members.
Gotcha. That's not too
I'll
hard. It's
steal
the
food
halflings
that was
have,
on the table for everybody.
the halflings have brought out food for you.
So you pick up food, and I reach out and grab it from you and stuff it in my mouth.
Yep.
This is a common occurrence. I'm used to this.
Yep. At this point, completely normal. Alright. The innkeeper is going to inform you that the stables nearby is where he has kept your guys' horses, and has ensured that nobody knows that they are yours. However, regardless of the events that have happened and the prince coming back to the city and claiming rightful heir to sultanship, the tensions are extremely high still, and you are instructed to be extremely careful when interacting, especially with the guards.
So don't steal food from the guard.
Yep, don't steal food from the guards
I just
or
walk
ask for
around
the
with it.
buckets. Yeah.
Can he untie my pirate flag from ship? Because otherwise everybody will know ship belongs to a pirate. And
No, he did not untie your pirate flag from the ship, and they don't know that it belongs to a pirate, considering the fact most of them have never seen a Jolly Roger in their life.
I mean, I'm just gonna do this to myself.
You're gonna disguise self? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Some random person just walking in the street.
Okay, so you're gonna turn yourself into some random person. What are you wanting
Yep.
to do?
go up to that
nothing.
random person and say, "Hey, how's it going? It's been a while since I saw you,
Yeah,
my love."
I'm gonna grab them on the shoulders and start yelling, "Wake up! Wake up!"
Alright, on a more serious note, however, what are you casting disguise self for?
Just so I blend in the town.
Oh, disguise yourself as a guard.
I feel like that gets me in more trouble.
Disguise yourself as a guard.
Actually, yeah, here, I caught these prisoners. Now let's drink some beer.
What prisoners? Because no one's with you.
Right?
I caught. It makes illusionary selves of me.
Okay. Yeah. You begin working on your traps in the privacy of your room.
Would they make illusions of what you currently are, or what your original self?
That's up the
Ooh.
force to decide.
The shadowy images are just like your shadows. You basically become Peter Pan. Your shadow starts moving around on its own.
Yeah, but like, did it look after when I disguised myself, or did it look like normal me?
They look like however. I mean, it's just your silhouette. So it would look like the silhouette of however you look at that moment. Usually, I think it would just be your normal self.
So does it have a tail
Yes, the shadows would have tails and horn.
and horn?
And horn, just one horn. So, uh, zap. When applying poison, you can apply it to one melee weapon, or a piercing weapon, or if you're applying it to the disc of Midas, it will be used for one use on a melee attack, or 3 uses on a ranged attack using ammunition. So something like a sling, a crossbow, or a bow. And then on the trap, as long as the trap is in good condition, it will continue to use it for up to 3 as well as just like ammunition. And just let me know exactly what you're poisoning so that I can keep track of that. And you can go ahead and make an additional thing in your character sheet to keep track of the uses of poison.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I have my notepad right now, actually.
Okay. Yeah. As for the rest of you, what would you like to do while you were casually enjoying your presence in the inn?
But it.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay.
Till I go to bed at least.
Okay.
I mean, sleep is nice, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you guys have spent most of the day kind of just chillaxing inside of the inn, knowing that you guys are going to take your leave the next day to go to Terumai. The night passes uneventfully, nothing happens. The next morning you wake up with no door knocking on your guys' door. Aye, wake up, lads.
What?
We should be making our leave here soon.
Wait, he's coming with?
I mean,
I mean,
he's expecting to continue traveling. He's really not giving a fuck about staying here, and Ikerb's going to travel as well. He wants to check out the libraries in the other cities.
Alrighty then.
The innkeeper has informed us that the guards are a bit on edge, and we should be making our leave to Terumai soon. Get up, eat some food, get some drink in you, and we'll be making our way out.
No,
I'm-
not
I'm
grits.
I'm gonna start folding blankets and shoving them in my bag of holding.
It takes you a good decent while, just going through and deciding to fold them, which is abnormal even for you, as you usually just shove them in, so that there's just a giant mound of blankets inside of your bag of holding.
You know, if a bag of holding gets filled with blankets, does it have air suddenly?
It still does have air inside of it, yes. It's just, ish air.
Are you saying my bag of holding probably stinks?
Yeah, probably.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It
I'm
probably
also saying
smells
you
like
just
ish.
stink as well.
Is it like a lizard like nest?
Yeah,
Is-
pretty much. The fact there isn't like bones and like feathers and like bits of meat inside your
I keep my food away from my blanket.
exactly. This
The
is
hoard stays clean.
the hoard stays clean. It's more a hoard than a nest, but it doesn't
Yeah,
change
I
the
know.
fact that you lay in your hoard. So it smells like
Dragons
kobold
normally
ass.
lay in there.
yeah, but
Dragons lay in hoard.
that's fine. But they don't normally like stink like a kobold.
Okay.
As for the rest of
I
you,
do whenever somebody throws me in water.
yeah, we haven't done that in a while because there's
You're-
been
yeah,
no
I should-
water.
I should give Ish a
The
bath.
last time was before we left for the tomb outside of the Prince's little cabin area, remember?
Yeah.
It's been recently, like a couple days. Last time you guys bathed too.
Last time, yeah. Did we throw you in the water there, or did you actually bathe in the prince's area?
I
No, she
swam.
just jumped in the water.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's not really a bath. It's like a swim.
Okay. So, you guys finally get done situating yourselves in the morning and you head down. Nodor is munching on some trail rations. And he looks up and goes, "Ah, you're finally awake. Good. I've gotten the horses ready and everything is ready to go."
Well, let's eat some food and be on our way.
I'm gonna gesture to one of the gnomes and make food motions.
Yeah, they're halflings.
Yeah, whatever.
And yeah, they're gonna go and they're going to bring out some food, trail rations, just like for Nodor, and they're gonna hand it to you.
Sad.
Sad times.
What would the rest of you like to do?
I'll refill my water skin.
Okay,
And
I'll empty his water skin.
gotcha.
And then I'll refill my water skin.
and then
Gotcha.
I'll put my water skin on
I'll
Ish.
empty.
Now just like pack up and get ready to go.
Okay.
Well, once my water skin's actually full-ish.
Yeah. Okay. Without all the bullshit of Ish deciding to pour out everyone's water skins, you guys managed to get everything ready to go. And as you were leaving, the owner of the establishment comes up and goes, "Thank you, lads, for bringing back the prince in one piece, and for managing to accomplish what nobody thought could be done. One of the trials is finished, and there are 2 more to go, and I assume that is where you are heading right now."
Yes, we are hopefully going to speak to the Jolum once we get there to see if we can't come to an alliance.
"Then you're going to need a gift." He's going to walk back into the kitchen area, and he's going to come out, and he's got what appears to be a very thin blade in a scabbard that's wrapped in a bunch of cloth, completely hidden, and he's going to hand it over and goes, "This is a gift for the Sultan if you manage to meet with him. It should ease any tensions and should get you in the front door at least."
What kind of blade is it?
"Ah, a jewel-encrusted scabbard from my days back at adventure. And it is a reward for your deeds. And you didn't wreck my inn too badly when you dealt with the traitors."
Yeah, just one table.
"Well,
What?
I managed to get the burn marks scuffed out, though the stone's a little toasty."
Sorry about that.
"No, it is fine. It was to be expected when a bunch of traitors decided to come in and chase down the prince. But for now, take this and know that my respect goes with you. And if you ever need a place to stay when you return to Jolum, the Lion's Den is always open. At a price, of course."
Of course. Thank you.
"Of course. Good luck, adventurers."
At least take my leave. I don't know what the other ones are doing.
Okay. So, the rest of
Who
you...
took the sword?
Huh?
Who took the sword?
I did.
I-
Because I have a feeling noble to noble would be better than adventurer to noble.
Maybe, yeah.
So, you guys make your way from the Lion's Den Inn, and you guys get your horses and get to the main gate. Upon arrival, the guards are going to look at you and be like, "Good riddance. Filthy murderers like you should not be within the city."
Do
Come
kobolds
let
have
us
spit?
leave.
They do have spit.
I'm gonna spit on him. And then right off.
He begins to draw his blade, but the others are going to go, "No. They are guests of the prince, and unless they do something a little worse than spitting, they are not to be harmed. For now." And they're going to eye you as you guys leave.
I'm gonna eye them back.
Okay.
Just like, hopefully next time you'll learn your manners when speaking with us.
He's going to
good.
scoff.
I'm gonna disguise myself as him and then stare him down, and and say, "Wake up,
Like
wake
the
up."
last-
I'm assuming you're not actually going to do that, jackass.
no, disguise your horse as him.
Sadly, it only works on humanoids.
Damn.
And actually, disguise self only works on self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make a minor image
Okay.
of my horse that looks like him. It's my horse, but with his face.
Gotcha. Y'all need to stop fucking around or I'm going to end the session early. On a more serious note, you guys take your leave of the city and begin heading out towards Terramai. Nodor pulls out his map and goes, well, they call it a port city, but Terramai is the only one not actually on the water. It's actually inland. It's next to a river that they transport goods back and forth between the ocean, but it is more a trade city than it is anything else.
Stupid landlocked cities.
Stupid landlocked city.
Is it still a slaver town as well?
Yes, it is one of the Tri-Cities in a slaver city.
Which one was I owned in?
Jolum.
Jolum?
Yep.
Okay.
The one we're leaving.
So, as you guys take your leave and heading towards kind of north by east through the plains, it begins to shift and it becomes a little bit more green than the rest of the area. It becomes more a plains again than it is savanna, but you can tell that the heat is still prevalent, as it is still desert-y, just a little less so the further inland you start to make your way. You guys can go ahead. During the first day, your travel, you pass by a few more merchants on their way to Jolum, and one of them is going to stop you guys on the way. Ah, other adventurers and travelers, I see.
Hello.
Ah, you're making your way from Jolum, I assume, to Terumai.
That would be correct.
Ah,
That sounds scammy.
yeah, I would be best to be careful if I were you. Terumai's had an event. They call it the Trials of the Ancient Kings show up. And, it is quite a bloodbath there right now.
Beth.
Oh?
Blood, you say? I need some of that.
Yes. It seems that the Sultan's forces are trying to claim the trial for themselves so that the Sultan can claim the prize at the end and keep sultanship of the city. But there's a few other factions vying for control. Some of them say that they're forces sent from Jolum itself. Word has been sent that Jolum's Sultan has sent assassins to try to kill Terumai's Sultan.
The Jolum Sultan's dead.
Yeah.
He looks at you. What do you mean he's dead?
Someone assassinated him.
Ah. Well, this is dire news. He's going to look over at the other members of his party and he goes, well, plans have changed, lads. We're going to the ocean, and we're going to attempt to charter another ship elsewhere.
Oh, well, you're going. Can you spread the word that I am the new Sultan? Sultan Captain Ish.
Do not listen to the little one.
Ah, I see. Well, I would still be careful if I were you. It is a dangerous, lawless city at the moment. And I guess that the Sultan of Alu'Qal is attempting to aid Terumai's Sultan against Jolum, and he has sent some forces to resist the rebellion.
Do you happen to know when these forces will arrive? Or have they already arrived?
Some of them have already arrived. I believe they're called subjugators, and they are clerics of Alu'Qal.
Oh, we killed one of those.
No.
He's gonna
Like
look
I said, do not
extremely.
listen to the little one.
He's gonna look concerned, and he's gonna go, of course. Everything's chaos now, but regardless, I guess I am no longer making my way to Jolum, as I was planning on trading goods there, but it seems that Everywhere's a bit of a chaotic mess at the moment.
His son is now in charge, so it should be safe for traders, but it's 10.
Ah, I see. I will keep that in mind, and I may make my way to Jolum. It just depends. I do wish you the best of luck, adventurers, and, goodbye.
Thank you for your information.
He's gonna nod at that and take his leave.
Look at the party and say double time.
Bloodbath time.
Triple.
What about triple time? You guys want to move at double your movement speed. Make some haste.
Yeah.
Because you can get there faster within the next half a day. So
You
you'll
just-
get there sometime in the middle of the night, if not by the next morning, if you guys want to suffer a level of exhaustion.
No. Not where there's a bloodbath.
Yeah. Well, speed up, but not to the point of exhaustion. Jesus.
Okay, so the rest of your trip through the day, you guys pass by a few more merchants and other travelers making their way from Terumai. And some of them look pretty haggard. Some of them are tending wounds. Others are kind of just like eyeing everybody on the road that they pass by. They're just like eyeing them as like they're trying to just make sure that nobody gets close to them.
Can I gather while we're traveling?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and make some rolls there and keep that
Let's
noted.
scroll a couple times, or
And
a
you
time,
guys
let's
can
go.
scroll for the day.
That was Arcana check.
Yep.
Yep.
Arcana.
Damn.
Okay.
I need the book. I don't know what I'm rolling for.
Give me one moment, and I will give you the book.
Pretty.
Here, little butt. Little butt. Actually, you know what I could do? Let me close that, and let me reach. What am I doing? My computer's no longer down there. Computer's up here. Let me give my hard drive over to the baby Jenny, and I will be right back so that we can continue, so that she can transfer over this book. Because I have all the books on my hard drive.
I mean, if you just sent me the link to your Google Drive.
No, I don't have it readily accessible, and this is just easier. This. You good? There you go. Little butt. I missed the throw, if anyone's concerned.
You hit her.
Plug it in.
One of your USB drives?
They're all in the back.
Well, I guess just try to figure that out. As for the rest of you, Gameth gets one more check done for the day.
I think that's enough.
Give me 1 second, and I will let you
No,
know.
that's I'd be at 19.
Fuck, why did I just close that? Notes and rewards. Research, Jolum, loot and rewards. Another scroll of conjuration. Right, this is going to be 19. So yeah, you're one away from the first major event to take place. Right. As for the rest of you, when she gets that down, she'll figure out what plant she's just managed to harvest. The first night goes uneventful. During the night, you guys do hear on the road nearby. About how far from the road do you guys actually want to camp for the night?
Oh.
Is it in the 5th edition?
It is in the 5th edition. You can just transfer the whole 5th edition folder over, like copy it. So right-click copy, and then go to your desktop and just click paste. Right-click copy. Then right-click on your desktop and paste. Hi.
Okay.
How far
It's,
from the road do you guys want to camp?
Is there any spots that we've passed that look like people have been camping already?
Yes, there are several spots that you've passed by that looks like they have been occupied previously by individuals traveling between.
What is the farthest one? From the road.
From the road, probably a few hundred meters.
Probably that one then.
Okay. Yeah.
Set up camp there.
So that you guys camping a few hundred. You guys still not too far away from the road, but far enough.
You're not at your mic.
Yeah, you're really
Sorry.
You
quiet.
need to move your
I
mic
did move
back.
my bike back. Boom.
Okay.
Now you can hear me. So, as I was
Yeah.
saying, you guys camp a few hundred meters away from the road, and you're still close enough to hear that people are still passing by on the road, traveling between Terumai and Jolum, as they are not wanting to stop, as they really don't feel comfortable out and about on the roads with everything happening right now. The night, however, does pass pretty uneventfully.
Do I want Player's Guide to Nephallia 1 or Player's Guide to Nephallia?
They're both the same. I don't know why there's two copies in there. Either one works.
Okay.
As you guys begin traveling the next day, you guys begin hearing a commotion from ahead of you. Shouting and screaming is happening, and you can hear a blood-curdling cry go out that seems to be abruptly cut off by something. So, let me get you on a map. Boop, and let me take off everyone here. That does not belong. Boom. So, your horses are going on about. The rest of you are currently doing your travels. A curb is on the thing with you, and you guys can see about 600 or 700 feet in front of you. A wagon is overturned in the middle of the road. A few individuals look frozen in positions that seem to be running away from around the wagon, and they seem to be frozen in place.
Are
It
they
looks
Is
They
it
look
frozen
stone.
like ice or like stone? Yeah.
you can't really tell from this distance, though you can tell that all of the color has been drained from them.
Huh.
So even if we got them, say, unfrozen, it wouldn't do anything.
I mean, if the color is green, it could just be a process of stone or ice.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Who wants to go poke it?
Not
I
me
will
now.
pick up and go investigate it.
So you begin making your way forward, and the it's about 500, almost 550 feet from your current location. That you find the first of the individuals, and as you get closer, you notice that the individual is turned to stone. A solid statue of a person locked in primal terror, having attempted to run away from something. His eyes locked in, like, absolute primal fear.
Where is he
Would I have any
currently?
idea what?
Away from the carts.
Probably not.
Oh, what were you saying?
I was saying I probably have no freaking clue what did that, so I'm going to back up and tell my party what I saw.
I'm gonna roll knowledge, history, or nature.
Stone dragon. Ah.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me put
Would
you.
what would I roll to figure out if I knew this?
What would you roll to figure that out? Roll a nature check if you want. That would be one that you could do. Or Arcana might also be another option. Or History. See if you guys have any knowledge of this stuff. A nature check. Okay. So, Ish, you recall tales of creatures with extraordinary powers. And some of the tales that you've heard are those of the sirens. But another one that has managed to do the same thing to men that follows along the same line of logic is the Gorgon. Or, sorry, a Medusa, as they are put in 5th edition.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
just-
Medusa was the name of the.
I know. They, for
The
some
leader of
reason...
the Gorgons.
For some reason, Wizards of the Coast has decided that a Medusa is what they're going to call the race of Gorgons.
You know what? This is your campaign. They're called Gorgons.
They're called Gorgons, yes.
So I'm gonna share with my party the news that I remember about Gorgonzolas.
Gorgonzolas? I remember cheese. It turns people to stone.
There's...
You know, that sounds very ish.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately.
You guys are like, all right, we'll stay away from cheese.
I don't have that cheese.
Where was
Oh.
the cart?
What was that, Gus?
Where was the damaged cart? It's not the
It's
one in front of us.
from the person that you just walked up to and investigated. It's another 150 feet before the cart.
So it's 150 to them and then 150 to the cart.
Yep.
This
You
whole-
guys,
Let's
it's
do that.
I will move you guys off the or on the map. You guys just ahead of you. So as you guys get closer on the map, I will go ahead and put a new cart on the map. Cart. There
And
we
I'm
go.
guessing my passive perception hasn't picked anything up.
No, your passive perception hasn't detected anything. The cart, so because this map is tiny, this is where the cart's going to be overturned. And actually, it's going to be a large cart.
Is ours a small?
Yeah, yours is a medium-sized one. That isn't really that big. But this is overturned, and you guys don't really see what's on the other side of this right now. But statues kind of people fleeing and also looking towards the cart, and all in different positions, are frozen solid. It basically turned to stone around this cart, and you can hear a strange sound from the other side of the cart. It sounds like something chewing on stone.
It's a dwarf.
Yes, it is a dwarf.
I
You are
was just
correct.
trying to say that.
Okay, I'm going to approach stealthily. Hopefully, do you want me to reroll stealth or is 13 my fate?
13 is your fate. You can re-roll stealth if you want.
Oh dear.
Can I
Oh.
help him still?
No, you cannot help him stealth.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to switch the disc of Midas to a crossbow.
yep.
Oh,
Heavy.
So,
they're basilisks, aren't they?
yes, they are basilisks. So, sitting on the
not
other
Gorgons.
side of the cart, they're not Gorgons, no. Just
No Gorgonzola?
there's no Gorgonzola here, sorry. As for the rest of you, as Zap begins making his way around the cart, he basically trips over a stone statue of someone laying in the grass. The grass is high enough that he didn't quite see it, and he trips over it, attracting the attention of the creatures on the other side of the cart. They look up, and one of them, still chewing on stone, crunches down.
Is that what
And-
basilisks eat? They turn people to stone then eat them?
What else
Did
do
they
they
attack
use
yet?
the stone for?
Are they
I-
moving towards it?
Giant snake gets a 9 on initiative. Yeah.
Wait,
Yes, snake
Okay.
gets a 9 on initiative, apparently.
Is that supposed to be ish?
Yes, it is supposed to be ish.
Why can't I? Oh, what the fuck?
Initiative, by the way. Click on
No,
yourselves.
You clicked on yourself.
Roll. No, I had to change it.
No, Zap.
Oh, Zap. Yeah, Zap's
Yeah,
there.
20.
yeah.
It happens. It happens.
We've got
It should
a
go with the
koala
bottle.
with sunglasses now, and that is not in the right position, and that sucks.
What?
No, he's just in the process of taking them off after he says something like,
Yeah.
Gotcha. The basilisks are going to go absolutely last, and it's going to be Garnet.
"Oh, you passed me." Wow, that's surprising.
I rolled a 20, guys.
They don't.
Yeah,
They
you
don't.
could
I
look on your
only-
ones from now on.
I only beat Zap by 1
Yeah.
with rolling a nat 20.
Yeah.
Do you only have a 1 for initiative?
Yep.
You only have
Jesus.
a 1 to your dex?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I just realized we all have the same dex mod except for him.
Yep.
That's actually funny.
uh, I'm going to twin a chromatic orb.
Okay.
I think I gotta. Yes. Because I see only 2 of them, so that one and that one.
You do see 2 of them, yes.
Yeah.
From your position that you are currently in.
Thankfully. It's going to be acid damage.
Okay. Yeah, the first one's going to hit, and the second one's going to miss, however, as it splashes into one of the statues of the people around. Yeah, the first one's going to take 18 points of damage as it begins to hiss in anger at this splash of acid on it.
Okay.
Zep.
Yeah, that's my turn.
How long does it take to set a trap?
It's going to take an action for you to set up a trap.
And what was the range of this trap? I forgot. I should have wrote it down.
5 feet on around on all sides, and it's centered on a point.
I would save it for something more when you're in like dungeon crawling.
Yep. I'm backing up, and I'm going to shoot a heavy crossbow bolt at that one.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to bounce off its scaly, stony hide, and it begins to hiss, trying to look between the 2 people that have pissed it off.
Enter.
Ondariel.
Jenny hasn't went right. No, she hasn't.
I haven't. No.
No. She
okay,
moves
so
after you.
I'm a crossbow.
Yep. By the way, Ish, return yourself to full HP. I don't know why you didn't.
That one.
Yeah.
So we had a long rest.
You cannot
had...
shoot it from where you were at
yeah.
because you were on
Yeah,
the other side of the cart. Yep. So you can shoot that one.
I just wanted to have a bigger challenge.
Obviously.
We had 2 long rests, right? Or
yes,
just 1?
you have had 2 long rests since,
Okay.
or 3 long rests since the trial.
Okay, I just want to make sure for hit dice.
Yep. On Dariel,
Crossbow
you
that
do
one.
hit with a 6 points of damage as it
And then I'm gonna go. Oh, sorry. Go.
thuds into the their hide as it kind of sinks in. It sounds like it's sinking into solid rock.
Like slurp. Oh, okay, solid rock. Okay.
Yep.
And that'll give
Like
Jenny
a-
a bardic inspiration for her turn.
Yep. And Ish now has a bardic inspiration of 1d8 on her turn. Ish, it is your turn.
Start hitting him.
I'm gonna move my thing.
Remember to
Okay.
talk into your microphone.
Yeah, I was just mumbling.
Oh,
that
mumble,
you
mumble,
guys
mumble.
Need to have counting. But I'm gonna purposefully not look in its eyes.
Hey.
And I'm going to take out my bow and shoot it.
Gotcha. You have a disadvantage on your attack against it.
Okay.
But you can shoot at it.
I'm assuming you told us not to look in its eyes or whatever.
I
When
mean,
you knew.
She told you the story about the Gorgon. That's all she told you.
yeah.
Ah, that's right. Now I remember.
However, Ish is just like, I don't want to die. You are going to hit with that, though, doing a total of 16. And you're shooting which one? That one? Yeah, you're going to do 16 points of piercing damage. As this one, with a much louder crunch, as the arrow bites into its hide. However, on the next one, it is also going to hit, surprisingly, doing another 11 points of damage. It is extremely bloodied at this point. And it is sitting there bleeding very severely out of 2 arrow holes, or arrows, basically, in its body.
Then I'm gonna close my eyes and take out my scimitar.
Yeah. You pull your scimitars out, and it is going to be the basilisks. Seeing as you are the one that is pissed it off the most, it is going to look at you, and seeing as that nothing has happened, it is going to slither over on its 6 legs, and it is going to make a bite attack with advantage against you.
Disadvantage.
So it's going to have a regular attack. It is going to hit you.
Well, actually, it doesn't have advantage either because I have blind sight.
Oh, that's right. You do have blind sight.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage, and it is going to miss with the disadvantage.
All right.
The other one, seeing as that you're not looking in its direction, it's going to look past its friend here, and it is going to move. Let's see. It can what, move 20 feet? Oh, this poor slow bastard. 5, 10, 15.
I think we may have been setting it back a little too far.
No. They're dangerous enough that they're back for a reason.
Oh, okay.
Snap to corner. Actually, sorry. Furthest point to the closest point. So, just out of reach. So, Garnet.
Yeah?
It is your turn.
Oh. Got scared for a second.
Darn it! Make a save. Just any of them.
That's what I was expecting. It's like, Garnet. It's like, oh, he's saying that voice.
Turn
oh,
the
no.
stone.
Oh,
You
no.
are
I fucked
sentenced
up.
to stone.
Well, if John wants to know what mic you got.
What mic did I get? I don't know the exact brand because I bought it in a package with a V8 sound card. It is simply stated to be a professional condenser. That's all it came with. Some like Mexican or Chinese brand condenser microphone that has no specific brand. It's pretty nice though. I sound much cleaner and crisper, and it'll eliminate all of the extra sounds that you
Hey,
guys have
Forrest,
been
do the
hearing.
thing now then.
Do the thing now.
Do the thing now.
Hello, everybody. This is the new condenser microphone, and I am your best friend forever. As for
No.
now, Garnet,
No.
it is your turn.
No. No. Back to
Go.
normal. Back to normal. I will fucking leave.
I will kill all of you.
I will fucking leave.
As for the rest of you, Garnet, is your turn.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Never again.
Now I'm gonna do it every session.
He's gonna make a NPC that uses that voice.
I'm gonna every gnome I have from now on uses that voice. I really hope you know. It is the single best thing I have ever found.
Only reason the ones in the bar didn't use that voice is because they couldn't talk.
Yeah, they were mute and deaf. They were mute. Sorry,
Uh,
they're not deaf. It is your turn though.
Twin cast chromatic orb again.
Yeah, I like it. Twin cast the chromatic orb.
First one
Yeah, that one's
That
gonna
one.
hit.
and second one. Oh, what?
Ah,
That's
yes, of
comprehend
course.
languages.
Comprehend languages is the second spell,
There's
and the second one's going to hit.
So first one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, only 7.
That might kill it.
Hey,
It does
buddy.
exactly kill it.
Yes. And now the second one.
Yeah, and it's gonna do 16 points of damage.
Acid damage again.
Yep, good chunk of damage there. Zap.
So, actually, wait, can I stealth first, or is it gonna see me?
It can still see you. Yeah, but it's your turn.
Okay. Crossbow. There you
Yeah,
go.
you're gonna crit for a total of 13 points of damage. It is bloodied. Fury of the Small for an additional 5. I like it. I like it. It is gonna be on Dariel's turn.
I can see that there, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crossbow again, I guess.
Yeah. You crossbow, doing a total of 5 points of damage to it. And it is going to be Ish. Unless you want to do something else.
Nah, no point giving Bardic Inspiration. We're just gonna kill it in a second.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just in that. Not gonna say anything because that's too metagame.
Good.
Yeah, I'm going to scimitar.
Yeah.
with my eyes still closed.
Yes.
But-
Yes, but you have
Okay.
blind sight 5 feet, so you have an advantage.
10 feet. I have a 10 feet.
Yes.
Oh, I have advantage.
Yeah, it's gonna miss.
How did you roll the exact same thing?
I know. I swear.
Damage and
Oh, maybe I
all.
should have given Ish more product inspiration, huh?
Shoulda,
My-
shouldn't you?
My dice are loaded. I swear to God, but badly.
Yes.
You need to D8 the function.
Yes, you hit for 5. It is still kicking.
Okay.
It is going to hit. You finally slash through, managing to down the beast as it collapses before you.
I'm gonna yell out, "Don't look at its eyes still," just in case.
Gotcha. So, as for the rest of you, you guys can see badly bruised and beaten and bloodied creatures. These things look like they had been fighting off quite a few individuals. Crossbow bolts and slashes appear all over its body.
Hydrate.
Yeah, hydrated eye.
Stay
Is there
hydrated.
anything in the cart worth anything if I investigate?
No,
Actually,
there
I could
is-
use a bit of water, actually. I'm gonna go get a glass of water.
Okay.
there
I'm
is
gonna get a
nothing
water
that you
bottle.
find inside the cart. It looks like there were initially a bunch of people just sitting in the cart. It looks like they were traveling from wherever they were coming from to Jolum. A lot of personal belongings like clothes and miscellaneous things that aren't really worth anything litter the ground around the cart.
I'm going to, with my eyes still closed, start trying to harvest these basilisks.
Okay, yeah. I don't have my hard drive.
I actually have that open.
I
Here,
go
is it-
up to
What is it called?
Ish.
Hammond's Harvesting Handbook, and I need my hard drive back.
Can I just unplug it, or do
Yeah,
I need to?
You can just unplug it. There's no ejecting it.
Ish, is there a way to harvest the venom from them? If they have venom?
Sorry about that, guys.
So, I wouldn't know. Is it in here?
Yes, it is.
Alistair's 4? No. It's Hammond's, yeah?
Yes, Hammond's Harvesting Handbook.
It's not in here then.
I think it is, but give me a second and I'll look.
It's alphabetized and it's not an H.
You want to give me a second?
Unless it's in just 5th edition. Oh, there it is, yeah.
Hammond's Harvesting Handbook.
It's
Oh.
Basilisk. Yeah?
Yes, it is
Baby
Basilisk.
Okay.
Basilisk and B.
There it is. I have it open.
That's fine.
You guys harvesting the basilisk?
Do you want me to roll nature? Or...
It is an aberration. You need to roll a Arcana check.
Yoki?
And you do have advantage on that.
I'm trying to help Ish, and I'm trying to also find a venom gland of some sort if it has
What's your
impact.
Arcana?
I will definitely not be good with Arcana. You're gonna
I
have to
think
call
Bailey
on
has the
me.
best arcana.
You wanna
+4
come?
to Arcana.
You wanna come help me? I'll like.
All he can do is give you an advantage. He cannot
Oh.
roll for you.
Yeah. Okay then. But
Yeah, it's still better than nothing.
I mean, she already had advantage with her her normal gathering stuff that she has
Yeah.
on her.
here,
Oh,
I'll just roll and hope for the best. Okay.
Go ahead and roll. So, going through, you do manage to get quite a bit. You do collect basilisk teeth, 2 small pouches worth of them.
Here. Basilisk teeth. And times 2 small pouches.
Yep.
Okay, what else?
Next, you get 4 eyes. Or sorry, we'll do one at a time. So, no,
Yeah.
I'll just do both of them at the same time. I'll let you get
Alright.
them all. 4 eyes of basilisk.
Yeah. Anything else?
Next, you get basilisk bile.
I'm gonna quickly go use the washroom.
Just
Two-
like a
So 4 vials of them. 4 vials of basilisk bile.
file. Is that it?
Yep, that is all you get from the basilisks. The rest of it's a bunch of stone you can't really get from them. Yes, they do bleed. Yes, it's kind of flesh, but it's as hard as stone, but unworkable by stonemasons.
Okay. I'm gonna hand the basilisk file.
Absolutely adorable puppy, by the way, John.
Wait, where?
How many more
Here.
there? 2?
For everyone in Disc or for the Twitch chat, this is one of the followers' puppies.
Oh my god.
So cute.
Oh, it has a little bed. Oh.
There you guys go.
What's its name?
John, what is the puppy's name?
Bear. Oh.
Oh.
It's so unlike a bear.
Tell Bear he's a good boy or girl.
As for the rest of you,
Mhm.
everybody else has been turned to stone. No survivors are in the area. A lot of them are. A few of them have already been crunched into by the basilisks.
So, would I know?
I will show them at the end of the stream, John.
Would I know how to unstonify them?
No, you would not know how to unstonify them because these are not the gorgons that you know about.
Okay. Well,
So-
then I'm just gonna.
Wait,
Wait.
can I
How
use
would
some
you
basic-
unstonify somebody turned to stone by a gorgon?
Usually you'd have to go through a magic ritual to unturn them to stone, or you'd have to get a special potion.
Hey,
Made
since I
from-
actually don't-
What?
Sorry, go ahead. Since I actually, go ahead first. Then I'll explain what I want to do.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
basically have to harvest a few things from a gorgon in order to create a potion to counteract the gorgon's effects.
Okay. So.
Can I try
using
something?
that logic, could I potentially do the same thing with the basilisk?
You could, but you don't have experience nor the knowledge to be able to make the potion.
Damn.
So, since I know nothing about actual basilisks in D&D or in life, can I try? Can we assume their spit makes them normal?
You can, yeah. What would you like
So
to do
can we
with that?
can we try and like cut at his tongue and like rub it on the people?
Sure.
stones?
So you're gonna cut out one of the tongues and you're gonna begin wiping it on one of the stone statues.
Yeah.
You do coat quite a bit of the person. And you can see that the shade of the stone begins to change in the places that you manage to apply the bile, but you don't get much more than that.
Wait, is that actually how you change people back into basilisks?
Yes. That is some good intuition right there. Just to give you an idea, basilisks eat stone, and
Yeah, that's
the
what-
acid inside their stomach changes it back into flesh so that they can digest it.
That's what I was thinking. Like, man, they're eating it, so they have to have a way to change
so
it back.
If we cut open their stomachs and dump it on people.
You're going to fucking kill whoever you fucking toss in there.
Yeah, okay.
I
Well, I'm satisfied.
toss somebody in there. I get turning. It's very rough. It has a percentage. I will let that chain of thought work through, and I'm gonna give you an advantage on the rolls that you're going to do. You will be able to, with the amount of stomach acid in each basilisk, out of the
We're actually doing
7
this.
people that have turned to stone, 2 of them have been eaten, so there are now 5 individuals left. You will be able to turn 1 person per basilisk, potentially, back into
So
a
do-
living, breathing person.
Do
Okay,
we want
who
to
looks the
taunt
most
on this?
You don't know who looks the most important. You can do an investigation.
Okay.
Hey,
Zap's gonna do the investigation.
So are we gonna taunt on this or what?
It's gonna be a percentage roll.
I'll help you with the investigation.
Yeah, you.
Okay, so you guys are gonna roll with an advantage on an investigation check, and it doesn't take you very long. You do know a very important-looking person who's got a scimitar held overhand and a hand crossbow out, and he looked like he had just fired a shot and was going to swing before he had gotten turned to stone.
Okay, him.
So he's one of the individuals that looks important, and then another individual looks to be hiding underneath part of the the wagon, and an individual who looks like in a very expensive silks when they weren't in stone. Because the stone is very thin, and it looks like a bunch of veils were over a very childlike woman stature hiding underneath the wagon.
Well, we shouldn't turn them back because they're a coward.
Hang on. Why not just one at a time and just be like, hey, who's your boss? Let's free him.
Yeah, do the crossbow guy first.
Okay. So you're going to cut open one of the basilisks. You're basically going to turn it on its side so its legs kind of flop over on it itself. And you're going to basically like stab it down, and you're going to drag your knife all the way through, and you're going to it's going to basically, some of the stomach acid begins to spill out, but you manage to get it so that it's kind of like a bath that you could put somebody in. And you're basically going to shove one of these stone statues into the basilisk here. And I'm going to make you roll a percentage die. If you get 50 or higher on an advantage roll, then I will allow you. You can no.
How do you advantage percentage?
You just get an advantage 2 rolls. Give me 2 rolls. I'm gonna let this be luck of the gods because you found out the actual way to turn people back into fucking living flesh. So somebody give me 2%.
I think Dariel should, just because.
Alright.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's
So
yours.
1
Yep.
and 2.
With no issues, you managed to get both of the rolls necessary in order to turn this dude back into a living person. You've basically submerged him in the bile and the stomach acid of the basilisk, and after a few minutes of kind of just sitting there puzzled as why you've put this stone statue inside of this basilisk.
Can it be like a rotisserie chicken? Like we put him in, and then after like 5 minutes, the timer dings, and we like flip him over.
Yeah, sure. So you guys not thinking that it's working, you guys flip him over inside of it. And after a few more minutes of kind of just waiting, immediately you can see that the color goes from stone shifting slowly back into like living, vibrant colors. And he explodes from the belly of this fucking basilisk, and he goes, I'm not dead. Oh, thank the heavens. Thank you, gods. And he gets down inside this basilisk and he begins to pray.
Inside of the
he's just gonna
basilisk.
Yeah, they're large creatures, so they could easily fit a whole person inside of it. And he just gets down on his knees and he's just like, thank the gods.
I mean, we're right here.
Yeah, we're your gods now.
He looks around, startled. He's like, ugh. He looks around. He's currently sitting inside one of the dead basilisks, and he sees the other one not too far away, and he goes, you've killed these beasts.
Yeah, that was me.
He's gonna get out, and he's gonna like wipe some of the basilisk goo off of him, but he's gonna basically pick you up in a hug and be like, I am forever in your debt.
I smell more companions.
So,
he's gonna set you down. He's gonna begin like hyperventilating. He's like, where is the noble's daughter?
She's underneath the cart. She's still stone, I think.
And you didn't turn her back first.
We didn't know who she was.
You won the lottery, bud.
How did you do it? How did you turn me back into a person?
We'll do it for you, don't worry.
First we used the tongue, and that kind of worked, but then we cut him open.
He's going to begin looking around, looking for a scimitar, and he's like, where did my sword go?
It's probably still in the belly.
He's going to run over, and he's going to like plunge himself inside of the basilisk. And he comes out with a goo-covered sword. And he's like, I get the general gist. And he runs over to the other basilisk, and he like begins to like shove it up onto its side. And he's just going to like basically start hacking at the belly of
Start
this creature.
gutting it.
Yeah, he's just gonna be hacking at it, looking
Okay.
extremely like distraught.
We can do it.
No, I have been charged with taking the noble's daughter to Jonam. Safety. I must do this.
You've
Wait,
kind of sucked
no,
that far.
the Sultan, or just the
The noble, yeah, the noble's daughter, not the sultan's daughter.
Whose daughter?
One of the Mai's. Yes, one of the original founders of the city's descendants. And he's
So
What
he's
about
still
these
gonna be
other
hacking
people?
at it.
I'm
She
What
gonna,
almost
about
had
these
a
other people that are
demise.
stone? Who are they?
You're gonna have to repeat that, Goss. What?
Who are the other people in stone? I ask him.
Other individuals fleeing from Terumai. Some of them are courtesans from Mai's household.
I'm gonna go over to Nodor and try to see if we can salvage the cart and get all the statues into said cart and try to bring them to Joel.
Aye. Yes. I'll help you, lad. And carefully removing the statue of the noble's daughter, you guys are going to get the cart pushed back onto its normal side.
I'm
And
gonna,
Where's the horses for it?
they're
gonna-
gone.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna help the guy cut open the basilisk.
Okay. He sees you come
Hey.
over and with a much steadier hand begin going at the basilisk, managing to cut the slit. And he's just going to back away, seeing as you are a lot more proficient than he is himself. And he's going to just basically be there. And he's still kind of like hyperventilating. And you could tell that he's like absolutely freaking the fuck out.
I'm gonna tell him to grab the noble.
Aye. Yes. I'll do that. He goes over and he very carefully picks up the statue of the girl, and he's gonna bring her over and set her down lightly on the grass next to the basilisk. What now?
We put her in.
He looks at you concerned and goes, what?
You heard the
you
lizard.
open and then
You-
you put her
you-
in.
Yeah.
Just think of it like stuffing a meat pie.
He's gonna go, a what?
You put the meat in the crust and then
What is a pie?
I walk over to our resident mage. Are you able to make him go to sleep?
I could, yes, but I would think it best that he be awake to hopefully see the unstonification of the charge that he's been charged with.
Is that the scientific term?
Wait,
So stonification.
Stonification.
Isn't it petrification?
It is petrification, but I could not think of the word off the top of my head, so stonification it is.
wait. So if we
Stonification.
asked him, would he know?
Would
He
who know?
probably knew exactly how to unpetrify people.
Ekerb?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Well,
Ekerb has no
no?
idea. No, he didn't
Oh,
know.
okay.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna gesture for him to slide the noble.
okay,
inside
so
the
he's gonna
basilisk.
pick her up and he's gonna put the statue of the girl inside the basilisk, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Now what?"
Now we wait.
Okay, somebody roll 2. Actually, sorry, just 1.
D100?
1 D100.
So third time's gonna be a critical miss, right?
No.
Yes. So after putting the statue of the girl inside the basilisk, you guys do the same thing. You wait a little bit, kind of flip her over, trying to hope it works, but nothing begins to happen.
No.
And he's going
we
to go.
try the other basilisk. Go
Oh.
back to that one.
No. Only one attempt per basilisk. And he's gonna go. Is it supposed to be taking this long?
No. Usually it's done by now.
He's gonna begin hyperventilating again. Oh no! Oh no! Oh
Nice
no!
snap
No!
on
No!
the- snap out of it.
He's basically just gonna look at you, and he's just gonna look like absolutely like stunned at everything that has happened.
Can I slosh her around a bit in the stomach?
Yeah. And he's gonna basically collapse down, and he's gonna basically be like, he's gonna pull the statue of the girl out, and he's gonna begin crying while like rocking the statue.
This is sad.
It might still be possible to bring her back.
He's gonna look up
Here.
and be like,
Get her in the cart with the rest.
"What more could we do?"
She's not dead. She's in a state of between.
He looks down and goes, "She looks pretty dead to me."
We just need more basilisks. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Just remember, so were you until you found us.
He's gonna
Pay up.
he's gonna go and he's gonna put the girl on the cart very, very carefully, even more carefully than when he put her in the grass. And he's gonna draw his blade and be like, "If you need more basilisks, then I will be the one to slay them."
Got that.
Do you know how to fight basilisk?
I will hack at it until it is dead.
Do you know, not to look at it?
How are you supposed to fight it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just imagine what
Yeah.
we did in order to kill these two. Bitch. He's gonna look a little bit defeated there, and he's gonna go, "How am I going to answer this now?"
I mean,
Do you know
so
where
if you
basilisk
go back with the corpse, they'll be like, "Hey, your daughter got turned into basilisk or into stone by basilisk. We need to go hunt more basilisks to save your daughter." Like, just go back with that kind of shit.
He looks
Or
at you
they're
and he's
going
like,
to tell you-
"You don't understand, do you? I am a slave. I was charged with protecting the noble, and I have failed. I will be
now you're-
executed if I return."
Well, now you're a free man.
Haha.
He looks terrified at you guys.
No.
So, do you know
That's-
where more basilisk are?
He looks at you and goes, "Why would I know where more are? Why would I ever want to know where one is?"
For her?
God.
Well, have you heard of any more?
No.
I go up and ask Ish, do you think we can track where these came from?
Side quest.
Maybe. Can what is it to look for? Is it investigation to look for tracks, or is it nature?
It would be a nature check. But before you guys get too sidetracked here, Curb's gonna walk up and be like, "I could interrupt, and you guys won't have to look for another basilisk.
It's gonna make a potion.
What?
You did collect some of the bile from a freshly killed basilisk, yes?
Yeah.
Hand it to
Basilisk bile is normally sought after in order to create potions that would counteract the effects. You would
You
need to
know-
find somebody skilled in alchemy to be able to help you, and have the knowledge of depetrification, of course.
Where?
Well, we are on our way to Terumai. There may be an alchemist there, seeing as we just encountered basilisks in the plains nearby. Or there's a library there, and I could do a little bit of research that might aid us.
If we return with a petrified noble's daughter, I'm assuming we will potentially be met with violence.
I do not think so. If you return, seeing as you have not been turned to stone yourselves, and the words of that slave there, then I'm sure that they will understand, and it is custom practice that, with the support and words of adventurers such as yourselves, he will be absolved of his crime if there is a way to return the individuals that have turned to stone back to life.
Hey,
That
he
slave
really didn't
has a
do
name,
anything.
you know.
What was that, Jenny?
That slave has a name, you know.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah, it's Django.
It's Django.
God damn
Actually,
it, Nathan.
it's Django Unchained.
It's the Django. Sorry, the D is
Actually,
not spelled.
it's Django chained. He's a slave.
The Django chained.
Ekerb looks over and goes, "My good sir, what is your name?" He looks up and goes, "Morik."
Do you know what they'll do to you if we go back?
We have a way to save her.
If we can find a way to save her, then I would be not punished for failing in my duties.
Well, all right then. I'm gonna go.
All right, cool.
I
Let's go.
Can we hook up some of the horses to the?
Yes,
to the
you can. And
full statues?
you guys are going to travel a little slower than you had been before because you're carrying like the weight of full-sized human beings turned to stone. They weigh quite a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
But you do manage to get them split up between the two carts so that you're able to carry them with no issues and split the effort between your guys' horses. And you guys begin making your way to Terumai. It's
Took a weird
another...
detour.
Huh?
This took a weird detour.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know, right? He wasn't
Yeah,
expecting
save
us to
you.
whip tongues on.
So
people.
I'm being 100% truthful. I actually didn't know how to change back Basilisk.
It's all good. It's just funny that was the chain of logic that you guys decided to use there.
Well,
I mean, it's
more of me.
honestly, it's actually really good that you managed to kind of work through that on your own and get to that. Because it just means that you've just learned more about basilisks, and now if you ever encounter them again, boom.
We actually know how to cure.
Is
Yeah.
this all improv?
This is all improv. This is
It's
your
just-
guys' complaining about not getting enough experience, and this was going to be the only combat you guys got today.
Wow.
Yeah,
Rude.
you're welcome.
And then we made up for it with more roleplay.
We killed it in 2 turns.
Yes, you did.
12 seconds.
We were dealing with the aftermath longer than the combat.
I know.
Just to give you an idea, you guys basically said, fuck that, they are no longer alive, and killed them very quickly.
Although I wonder
that's-
how long it took them to kill all of these people.
Probably not that long.
Like 2 turns. Does that mean we could have killed all these people in 1 turn?
Probably.
I mean, we can kill those people right now just by knocking them off the cart.
Fuck this willed out of existence. Yeah, pretty much. Aight, so, for the rest of you, you guys begin making your way back, or continuing along the trail that you've been going. You guys are heading to Terumai. A little longer than you guys were expecting, but you guys do manage to, late afternoon, show up to the gates of Terumai. The gates are heavily guarded by heavily armored individuals, and they do stop you and go, "No one's traveling to Terumai right now. What brings you to Terumai?"
We rescued some travelers fleeing.
Ah, I
They were
see.
attacked by a basilisk.
Several basilisks.
2 basilisks.
I see.
100 basilisks. We killed them all. Where's
He
the
looks
reward
past
we
you guys and goes, "I thought you were just bringing statues to the city."
No, these are people.
Those are people.
Those are
made? Oh, one of them's
your
royalty.
city folk. One of them's noble.
Sorry, yes.
Uh-huh. I
One of
see.
them is noble, and we need help to rescue her.
And the slave here, where did you find him?
He was with them. We unstonified him.
He looks around and goes, "Why did you not unstonify the rest of them?"
We ran out of stomach.
He's taken aback by that comment, and he goes, "I don't
This
even
kid
want.
was just lucky.
Don't even want to begin to know what you've been through."
Hold out one of the bottles. This stuff.
I see. Well, I recognize this one. This one belongs to Dilamai.
Yes, we have the daughter of my.
That is not good news. That is
No.
not good news at all. Well, you are free to enter the city, but I must warn you, it is currently a battleground, and anything may happen.
Where is
Oh,
the
don't worry. We got lots of
alchemist?
human shields.
I would recommend, before deciding to do anything, reporting this news to Lady Dilamai at the Dilamai Hookaden.
Hookah. Okay.
Ukaden?
That doesn't sound very noble.
Nobles have all kinds of business here, and I would best watch your tone when you enter the city. It is very
Yeah,
high
calling-
and tense at the moment.
Calling somebody noble is the first way to get shot in a game with no guns.
Exactly. Call somebody a noble and watch him fucking wreck your shit.
Call someone not noble,
Exactly. So,
especially when they are noble.
Noble.
he's gonna go and be like, "What else brings you here other than adventure, escorting these one survivor and statues?"
We come with word from Jolum.
I see. Well, you're going
We
to have to
must
do with
speak
that
to
information.
the Sultan.
Good luck. The Sultan is seeing almost absolutely nobody at the moment.
Almost absolutely nobody, which means it might be us.
Well, I wish you luck, adventurers. And do keep to yourself, yes? So,
We
you guys are let into this city through the walls. And upon entering, it doesn't look like absolute chaos has been erupting in the streets. Yeah, there's a few individuals that are rowdy and a few individuals speaking up, but the second that they see guards showing up, they kind of disperse from the riots or loud protests that they have started. And it doesn't take you guys very long because you guys are heading to the center of. Actually, I should put you in fucking Terramai. That would help.
Yeah.
Fuck
We're
you.
just
You
in a
don't get
field.
you don't get to see Terramai. Fuck you.
Oh
Well,
my.
they all look like ants from here.
This is boop and boop.
holy shit, there it is.
Do you know what this place reminds me of?
Hmm.
Clash of Clans.
Yeah. You don't say.
Who
What's
has this
that
much
area
wall?
inside of the city?
What is that area? That is a great question. You don't know at the moment.
Well,
What is
fine.
it?
That's a secret for later.
So,
There's skeletons there.
as you guys were heading into the city, you guys
There
had
is
noticed a
skeleton there, though.
giant pyramid on the outskirts of the city.
Where? Like over here?
Yeah, over this way. Over here in the sands outside the city, not too far away from the walls themselves, is a giant pyramid. And you guys kind of just take stock of it as you guys approach the city. Once you guys are in the city, you notice that directly ahead in the streets ahead of you is the bazaar. And in the bazaar is your destination.
The hookah den.
Yes. On the entrance of the bazaar in the tightly packed streets, as this city doesn't really show you the tightly packed streets. This is the best
they
I
all
can
look
do.
kinda-
Yeah, it looks all loose, but the entire city is like cities. Like lots of, it's like the last city, Jolum, with lots of shit all over the place. But
Yeah.
this is the best map I could do. I'm sorry. As for the rest of you, you guys do manage to find your way to a very extravagant place. You guys approach outside, and sitting outside of this very fancy, satin-covered building is going to be a couple of guards. And recognizing one of their slaves, they're going to step forward and be like, "You were told to bring Dilamai's daughter to Jolum. Why have you returned?"
The said daughter has been turned to stone.
We found them. We rescued.
Silence. We were not talking to you, we were talking to him. You, answer, now. He goes, as they just said, we were attacked on the road, and I did my best to defend the daughter, but they turned us to stone, killing us all, and it was only by the will of the gods that these adventurers managed to kill the beasts, and he looks towards you guys, stonify me. And then he goes, yes.
You wanna know what? That would be our group. Yes, de-stonify. We don't know depetrification.
Actually, yeah, I like that.
He's
I mean,
gonna
Abe
We
be.
might
wouldn't know
actually
that
the
word.
No,
I
that
know.
could be your
Actually
group
know the
name.
word.
Ish actually knows the word of petrification. He has just decided stonification is the way we're going with this.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go, I see. Why didn't you turn the rest of them back into regular people?
We ran out of stomach.
They're taking it back again, like the guards were at the front, and they were like, what?
Then we had no
One
more
mild
stomach.
say we need more of this, and turning it into a potion will destonify one of them.
They're gonna look around and be like, and you can make this potion.
I mean, we need more basilisks.
Not. That's why we're here. We need someone with skill in potion making.
I see. Then the best bet, no, come inside. and we will take care of the rest of them. And you better not go anywhere. Report to your room, and we will come get you shortly. He's going to go, as you command, and he's going to make his way inside. And
I feel bad for rescuing him first.
I'd like to say that he did help us.
Yeah. He didn't
built
have a
our
choice to
library.
be. Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't
he-
have a choice to be picked. He was the one we thought, he's good enough. Toss him in.
you don't need to explain to us. You will explain to Lady Dilamai. And you will be speaking with her momentarily. Come, follow me. And they're going to escort you guys inside. And they're going to escort you guys upstairs to this room
Is this
here.
upstairs?
Yes, this is upstairs. Your snake must stay down in the foyer.
But
It'll
Good boy.
the snake will be watched, but it will scare the customers.
Are you a brothel?
Yes. And you guys are escorted and brought inside of a room, and the current events happening in this room are not PG-13. And it is a orgy of men and women all over the satin pillows, and the guards are going to enter and be like, Lady Dilamai, it is an emergency, and we do not mean to disturb you. And after a few moments of kind of getting herself out of the pile of human flesh,
Should we wait outside?
no, she stands up completely butt-ass naked, and she stands before you and goes, there's no need. They will take their leave if this is an emergency. I assume it is good enough to disturb my special evening. She stares daggers at her guards and goes, see that my guests are entertained, and I will entertain these ones. Eyeing you, each of you. And she kind of just smirks and kind of like pulls like one of this like the silk bedding off of the bed and kind of just loosely wraps it around her as she sits on the edge of like this mound of blankets on the floor. And she motions you guys to take your seat. There's a couch and a few other places that you guys could sit. And what are you doing? Blankets, you say? Yes, blankets. She's just sitting there going, blankets everywhere.
Does it?
Wouldn't touch
I-
these blankets, Ish.
Can I?
Captain Mish goes, and begins picking up one of the blankets and shoving it inside of her bag.
his bag.
So how fast can clothes come off? You are in leather armor, so it is going to take you about
Unless
5
you had
rounds.
Armor of donning and doffing, which you could doff in one word.
Yeah, you could just go off, and your armor would, like, fall off of
do it.
you.
Okay, I need that for
Too
one.
late. I sleight of hand it.
Yes, you do manage to pick up one of the blankets, and in full view of the mistress, just start shoving a blanket inside of your bag of holding. She's gonna go, okay then. You come before one of the Mai. My name is Lady Dilamai the Seventh, and I assume that you've been brought before me for very good reasons, and I would expect you to explain it now.
Your daughter's a statue, and we rescued her.
She immediately shoots up and goes, what?
Let me explain in a more not so crude manner. As we were traveling from Jolom, we ran across some basilisks that happened to turn your daughter and her compatriots into stone. We slayed the basilisks and happened to rescue one of your slaves, not knowing who they were. We unfortunately did not get to turn your daughter back, but we believe we can, with the help of some potion makers.
She looks, and she's obviously now fuming with anger. But she stops for a second and goes, okay. And
We
say I believe you. You've made your way here, informed me of my daughter's fate, and that is something I must pay back in kind. What is it you're
Maybe.
looking for? What brings you to Terumai from Jolam?
Audience with the Sultan.
My cousin?
Certain time.
Fine. If you can do what you say you can do, and you can unpetrify my daughter, then I will get you an audience with the Sultan of Terumai. What do you need
From him or from you?
from me to unpetrify my daughter?
Yes.
Knowledge
the
of
basic-
any potion makers in town, and if not, access to a library where we may find this information.
There is only one in the entire city. Within the bazaar, you are looking for the Red Man. I will send for him.
The Red Man.
Guards, in! And immediately the door opens, and the two individuals that had escorted you through here come in and go, "Yes, madam. You are to go and get the Red Man. Tell him that Dilamai is sending for him, and he must come immediately. Whatever he is charging, tell him it will be met in tenfold. After he tells you the amount, of course. Don't tell him tenfold if it's a ridiculous amount. You know what to do. Go." And they're going to go, "Yes, madam." And they're going to immediately, without hesitating, they slam the door behind them, and you can hear, like, heavy footsteps of them, like, running out of the fucking brothel. And she goes,
Like me
Yeah.
running through the
Yeah.
fucking maze, like
yeah,
bolting.
they straight, like, with no hesitation, immediately start fucking booking it.
You know, potion making seems quite a lucrative.
It can.
Uh,
It can be quite lucrative. I do not find myself in the alchemy business. As you can see, I run a quite successful establishment.
It seems like you have fun in this establishment.
I take luxuries as they come. Yes.
You can't sample your goods.
Yes.
if I'm able to stealth out of there and follow those individuals to where the Red Man is that possible?
Do you want to leave with them? Because you can. If you want to go ahead and stealth out and begin following them, yes, you can. And you take your leave of the rest of them. And she's going... so as you take your leave, with the guards chasing after them, so you guys hear tiny little scurrying footsteps following the first set of footsteps.
We know where this guy is.
You've never been here, but you can get a general gist of the back ways like you do normally whenever you enter a city. You may be able to get to the Red Man before them, but it depends because they're quite comfortable in the city as well, and they know exactly where they're going as well.
I'd like to try to get there before the Red Man.
I will go ahead and get to you here in a moment, as I'm going to finish up here within the inn, and then we will go ahead and get over to that. So, Lady Dilamai is going to again sit, having gathered herself, and goes, Well, seeing as how you've said that you've brought a means to unpetrifying my daughter, and you have brought her back to me, including my slave, it means that I must pay you back in kind, and yes, I have already agreed to get you audience with the Sultan, but that is simply for unpetrifying my daughter. It does not mean that I've paid you back for everything. You are adventurers, and you are not from here. I can easily tell. Even your friends get up here. As noble as he appears, and as succulent as his flesh is, you are outsiders, and you do not know our means and our ways. This is the only place of restitution within the city right now, and you may stay here as long as you please. Feel free to...
I'm never leaving this place.
I am never leaving this place. Feel free to request some goods, if you so please. Do
Hey.
remember, though, you must adhere by the rules. There is a private bathhouse out back if you are looking for somewhere to clean yourself. And I would refrain from just immediately fucking starts bouncing all over the place.
I was exploring the map, okay?
And she looks at Ish and goes, and I would refrain from taking any more blankets.
Okay.
Now, Feel
Pants
free
flies
to
off.
hit pants. You just rip everything up. You're like, yes, my place.
What about my snake?
This whole
My
time
time's a
you've
bird.
been, this whole time you've been silently undoing your armor, haven't you?
Just taking
untying
piece by
everything.
piece off. So she's going to be like, I assume that you have traveled since you've been from Jolum, and I think you are hungry, yes?
Some food would be nice.
Well, then you are my private guests for now, and you shall eat with me. Come.
So,
Follow.
about my snake,
She looks at you. Snake.
it's downstairs.
Yes. You can go get it. Tell them that lady of the house has said that you may move about unimpeded.
All right.
And she's going to escort you guys over into her private chambers.
Boy, I could also
as I'm
give her a
walking,
snake
as
then.
I'm walking through, I'm just gonna whistle at my snake.
And without hesitating, it's going to begin following, and they're going to begin freaking out. But Lady Dilla, as she's walking you guys, hearing that you had just whistled and that they're shouting, she goes, "It's okay. It's with me." And they're going to go, "Yes, madam."
Thinking.
Sad-ish noises. Yes. Being told no
How
more
big is it?
blankets. So, you guys are escorted. Everyone but Zap
Zap.
is escorted up into the private chambers of Lady Dilla, and sitting or positioned around a very nice ornate table in the center of her room are a bunch of cushions, quite comfortable looking. And you can see that a couple of people have started coming up the stairs from the kitchen directly into the chamber, and goes, "Lady, you have finished your events of the night, and I am assuming you are quite famished. We have brought
I'm
you
gonna-
food."
I'm gonna stack 3 of the cushions up.
Gotcha. You begin stacking the cushions. What was her name? Type it. Yes. Her name is
Lead.
Dilla Mai.
Delamai.
Yes.
Yeah, I had.
Dilla Mai. Dilla
Ah.
Mai the 7th. She is the
I thought
7th
it
of her
was
name.
one word.
Nope.
And
Dilla
I'm
Mai.
assuming her daughter is Delamai the 8th.
Yes. Yes, she is.
Wow.
Yep.
So is she the noble? Like, does she have a husband?
She does not have a husband. No. And
Not yet.
not yet. Ondario's like,
How old is she? Are you ready to be a stepdad, Ondario?
Yes.
She does not look that old for human years. She looks quite young. She's starting to get up there. Like, she definitely looks older than some of the other girls that you've seen running around this.
Is she,
Oh, she's
is
just more
she a
mature.
cougar?
She's definitely a cougar. Yep.
Oh fuck yeah.
She's not like granny status, but she's definitely mother
No.
I'd like to fuck.
She's not a dragon. She's a cougar.
She's not 50, no.
Is she 40?
She is in her 30s.
No, that's
not
fine.
old. How old is her daughter? Like 12?
Her daughter is 12.
Like
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fucking.
Yep. Exactly.
What a fucking guess. Like, this. Yep. What? Wait,
That'd
what?
be like that'd be that's dumb.
You're
I
dumb.
think you just came up with that on the spot.
100% I did. You're welcome.
Wow.
You're welcome. So she's going to escort you guys into her private chambers, and she nods to the servants who come in, and she's like, "And some for the guests, of course." And they go, "Yes, madam, we have enough, of course." And they're going to go down, and they're going to begin bringing up platters of food, and they basically put a bunch of dishes on the large table. And she sits down and goes, "Now, tell me about yourselves." And as you guys, if so choose, you may begin telling her your history and all that fun stuff. But I'm going to get over to Zach.
I have a feeling Ish is just like, oh, someone wants to know about me?
I start with, so I am Sultan Captain Ish.
Yeah, you're going to put on the assassin mask. So you put the assassin mask on as you begin to rush towards the bazaar. I will go ahead and put you all on here, except you guys are going to be in the upper left-hand corner. so that you guys can see the map, but you guys are not going to interact with it. And zap. You've made your
Was I able
way.
to-
What was that?
Was I able to beat the guards?
That's what we're going to be doing right now. So, you put on your assassin mask as you're running, and you fill yourself with the memories and the training that was instilled in you when you were young. You were trained to be an assassin, a killer. And this energy flows back into you as you put on the mask, reminding you of the days of old, trying to race individuals to your target so that you may assassinate them with no issues. I don't know why you're putting on the mask, but I like the feeling. So, you, chasing them, are trying to get ahead of them, and you do begin to take different turns in corners and alleys and places that they wouldn't normally be able to get. As they take the roads normally, you begin passing through the alleyways, and you manage to find yourself in the Rainbow Bazaar.
Is that really what it's called?
The Bazaar of Teru Mai is called the Rainbow Bazaar. And you can tell by the mass assortment of colored tents and stalls that are here that just litter everywhere. It's like an assault of color on your eyes when going through. And you begin making your way through. Go ahead and roll me a wisdom check with advantage. Holy fuck, I like that roll. So, as you were racing through, and you're basically jumping from on top of one stall to the next, basically making your way from rooftop to rooftop, stall to stall, as you hit the ground, you find yourself within a red smoke-filled alleyway. It reminds you of Jolim's green-smoked alleyway. Very similar indeed, and a beggar sits lazily against the wall, looking up, missing one eye, and he holds out a hand and goes, "Little bit of coin. Please, anything will help."
Give him a little bit of coin, ask him in thieves' camp, where's the red man?
Continue. Continue into the green. You know your way to the center, I assume. And, the red man sits behind the stone. And he's going to go ahead and get up. And he goes, "Are you being followed?"
Take a perception check.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. Actually, your passive perception, you knew that you're not being followed, but you were just racing somebody here.
I do know that. I do tell them I'm not being followed, but I have information for the red man. He's about to get a deal that he might want to know about.
Ah, yes, of course. If anyone else comes down, I'll slow them down. Good luck, friend. And he walks to the entrance of the alleyway. As you make your way through the red smoked alleyway, you find yourself not too long at the heart of the Bone Condors Thieves Guild. A few individuals are kind of playing bones in the corner, and they look up and go, "Oh, what kind of creature we have here? Yeah, more rats from the ocean, probably." And you can... You scoff at them? Gotcha. So as you look around, you don't notice the red man, but you do notice the term used, hidden behind the wall. One of the stalls looks like the silk and satin that's around one of the stalls. You can tell that it's one of the stalls, but the silk itself makes it look like a side of a building. And only with an expert eye or knowledge of the area would somebody know that you can basically walk through and get into where you need to go. You walk through the wall and into the red man's area. And sitting at a lone little counter with a bunch of different, like, doodads and kind of body parts of different creatures hanging on the walls around him is the same individual that you had met in Jolim. Looking the exact same. And he looks up and he goes, "One who makes the deal. You've come from Jolim."
Yes, and I've come to make more deals.
"You're becoming the red man's favorite. What is it you need?"
Well, first, I bring offer I give you information. There's
Information.
Dalai. She is bringing a guard. They will be here momentarily to ask you to come to unpetrify her daughter that has been unfortunately petrified due to this. Pull out one of the vials.
Hmm,
A basilisk.
I see.
And then give him one of the vials.
He doesn't take it from you. I know the basilisk. Now, why do you bring me this information?
Because you created this. Bring out the other poison and then put the other mold next to the.
No. I did not create
Did
that. The Red Man created that.
I care to know more about poisons? I would like to learn it. I would like to join this profession if I'm able to.
Hmm. You bring the information hastily. What other information do you provide other than they're coming with a request to unpetrify the lady's daughter?
She specified that she'd be willing to pay around 10x the price, but that's just simple information for the Red Men.
Ha 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 ha. Now that information is worth a pretty coin. For that, we won't ask too much of Lady Dilla, of course, but we'll be able to get our money's worth. And in repayment, return here when you are ready to learn something about poisons. And they're here, by the way. You can take the back exit, and it'll put you in the random alleyway. Feel free to come back whenever you find the time. And he kind of just like looks over into the corner of the room that kind of looks shimmery, and the wall kind of doesn't seem quite there. And he goes, "Always pleasure doing business with one such as yourself."
Back at you. Disappear.
Yep.
Oh.
Throw a smoke bomb at the ground.
So
Batman
you
style.
take
He's
the back
talking-
exit, and upon taking the back exit, the two individuals are escorted in. And you can look back through the wall and see that they've been brought in, and they're kind of like kind of breathing down from just like booking it from Dilamai's residence to here. And they begin basically informing the Red Man. And you take your leave, making your way back to Dilamai Hookden. Hookah. And you make your way back into the bottom floor, and upon entering, the guards are going to go, "Where did you go in such a rush? Your friends are up inside Dilamai's personal quarters, enjoying some food. I assume you had something urgent, but I can escort you back up if you please."
I think I know my way around here.
Do as you wish, then. And they're going to
Go
leave.
in.
Okay, so are you going to find your way back up there, or are you just going to find somewhere else to be?
Find somewhere else to be, but I'm going to find out where my party is first.
Yep. Okay, so... Oh, there we go. So, you come up, and you find your party enjoying some food and regaling the lady of the house with some tales. And the lady goes,
I'm also trying to seduce her. Just saying.
"Yeah, gotcha. It's not really working, though she is just like, well, if you want to join one of my special events tomorrow night, if you think you can handle it." He's just like, as he just begins to fucking giggle like a schoolboy. This is obviously your first time. He's like, "I haven't stuck my penis in more than one thing at a time." Jenny's just like, ugh. So, Zap, you do find your way back up to the rest of your party. Why do you feel so big? You're really not, but you feel so big compared to the other tokens. You find your way back up, and she goes, "Huh, I was wondering where the fourth disappeared. I assume you had some business to take care of?"
This will be
If it's
fine.
Joel, yes. I always have business.
"Well, feel free to eat, or partake of anything you wish within the estate. And I would be careful where you go inside the city if you do decide to take your leave again."
No, I can be very careful.
"Well, do as you please. As for the rest of you, you are quite entertaining. I must take my leave, though. I have a few matters to attend to before the red man gets here, and I assume he shall be here shortly. Let me get dressed, and I will entertain you, looking over at Ondariel, kind of giving a sly wink. Later.
There's nothing sly about it.
Oh, no, it's very fucking obvious. And she's going to go ahead and head into her private room there, and you guys may finish eating, and then she's going to, without too long of a delay, come back out completely dressed in very, very exquisite garb. And the amount of clothes that she has on her, it just baffles you how she managed to get it on that quickly.
She's used to taking them off.
Yes, very much so. And she's going to go, feel free to eat as long as you wish, and then my guards will show you to private quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And she's going to go ahead and be like, the red men will be here shortly, I assume. I'm going to go down and speak with a few people, and then I will be back up to grab you to speak with the red man.
Mm-hmm.
And she takes her leave, heading down the stairs into the kitchen.
Is there anybody in this room?
Nope, just you guys.
I'm gonna start snooping.
Gotcha. You begin to look around. You can see very exquisite, like, candelabras and, like, miscellaneous, like, artwork all over the place. And Zap begins to investigate the room.
Is there
Very
anything in her
thoroughly.
bedroom? Can I get in it?
Yeah, the door's open. She's not really a private person.
Yeah.
You
I would have
can...
never guessed about that.
Oh, no, not at all. You guys, Zap begins to snoop around the room, doing what he normally does, looking for shinies. And he does eventually come across a bag in her panty drawer inside of her private chamber that is filled with shiny white stones.
Of course.
Put them in my pants.
Put them in your pants.
Bitch style.
Y'all wearing pants?
Yeah. I would.
Fuck, that caught me off guard.
What, you all are wearing pants?
Yeah, like, I know he was doing it before, but it just, like, left my mind.
He's just
This is Forrest
completely
Gump. He probably
naked.
my natural,
He's just completely
natural
naked
habitat
by
right
now.
here.
So,
Just not
yeah,
even
so
throwing a pile of
you
water.
do
Not
find
even-
the shiny white stone. Sounds suspicious, says John. But what do you want to do with this bag of white stones?
Do I need to slide of hands and keep it away from my party so they don't see it?
I mean, if you want to.
It's like
Yeah, I
cocaine.
don't want them to see it.
Okay, then go ahead and slide a hands it.
Oof. Oof.
Not
I
with
saw
any
that.
success whatsoever. They see that
Even
you.
I saw that.
Yeah, even yeah.
Even I saw that.
Everybody sees you basically going through, and
No.
no, you don't get another sleight of hand. And they see you
I still see that.
pocket the sack of white stones. It's
I'm gonna-
basically
I'm
like
gonna go
the
up to you and be like, "What you got there?"
Obviously, stones.
Yeah, got a lot of stone stealing from a noble. That's right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All I'm going to say is I would not do that if I were you. It is not the smartest idea you've had.
Mm,
What are they?
what
Even.
you can go ahead and make an intelligence check if you want to figure out what they are.
Can I make a wisdom check?
No, you cannot.
Hey, can somebody else make an intelligence check?
That is a possibility. Yes.
What is anybody else more intelligent than Ish?
I mean,
I mean, level 1.
I
but
know
don't
it's a
think
high
I'm
bar.
just doing this.
yeah, I have a 1 in most
We
of
all
it.
have one.
I have 0.
Zap.
Okay.
with a little bit of intuition and going through, you can tell that the stones that you have are not gemstones. You have drugs. and a lot of it. A lot of it.
Holy shit, I was right. Twice this session.
Dude, you were like, I was born to be in this fucking den. Born.
Okay,
I think we're getting a new
obviously
party member next session, guys.
But they are. So the stones are
They're real
basically
staying
like a crystal sugar, like crystalline
Is it
structure.
moon sugar?
It is moon sugar.
It's one of the
Uma.
ingredients we need, isn't it?
It is one of the ingredients you need.
Okay, so if she catches you with it, just say that you are collecting it for the potion making.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go back.
Okay, so you put it back. Putting back the drugs where you found them, and you come out.
So how do you
drawer.
take these drugs? How do you ingest them? Do you just chew on them like a piece of candy?
These ones are sucked on.
Okay, I'm gonna put one in my mouth.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're gonna get
Oh.
fucking higher than a kite.
I mean, if we're starting this out, yeah, I'll have one too.
I'm going to leave the room.
I'm leaving
I-
too. I'm actually leaving. I'm like,
She actually said, okay, her words, partake of anything.
That is
Okay.
in a special drawer.
I know more about this stuff than they do, obviously. I'm getting away from it.
Yeah.
My Hilum.
Okay, I took a freaking pipe from a dwarf and smoked that. I'm not gonna just not take these drugs.
I ate raw magical power.
Okay, obviously Argonians love moon sugar,
It's not Argonians. Khajiit love
I know.
moon sugar. Oh,
but
but
Argonians do too.
Argonians,
Scuba.
yes. It's scuba, yeah. But moon sugar is is the zoomies for
Yeah.
Khajiit.
Uh-huh.
So, you want
So-
some cocaine? Or so you want the speed?
Yeah, so you guys are now experiencing what cats experience when they hit the zoomies, by the way.
Yes.
The world begins to slow down. Your eyes dilate to such a level that everything just is like hypersensitive.
Alright, so now I can take off my clothes
Dude.
at like Mach 7, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pile
Poor
all
lady.
the I'm gonna pile all the cushions and all the blankets in one corner and just jump on it.
Gotcha. So,
All I gotta say is, poor lady Dilamai.
about 20 minutes
She's
later,
not gonna have very much fun.
Uh,
But Dario's gonna have a blast.
20 minutes later, Dilamai walks in and goes, "Oh, you're still here."
I mean, I left the room.
Yeah,
I said that.
Yeah, so
We're both gone.
yeah, so the rest of you have already gone downstairs and are basically ready. She's just coming upstairs for these two that are kind of just like fucking tweaking out of their brains. One is currently like piled in blankets so that only her snout or his snout sticking out, and his eyes are just lurking in the darkness, while Andariel is just sitting there absolutely naked. She walks in and she's just gonna be like, "Uh-huh. I see that you've managed to partake of some of my drugs."
How you doing?
I'm gonna hiss. Whenever anybody gets close.
Just fucking just all I picture is like blankets surrounding all sides of the snout, and just it slowly comes out and goes
Yeah.
just fucking just sinks back into the blankets. She's just gonna be like, I yeah. Y'all aren't gonna be there for the red man, but before Dilamai takes her leave, seeing that you guys are out for the count, she's going to lay Andariel down in her bed area.
Without
Ooh.
blankets.
Yeah, without blankets. I mean, it's pretty much just the cushions that are there now. And she's gonna go, It would be best for you to rest.
It would be breast.
It would be best for you to rest right
That's
now.
all I hear. Breast.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Instead of hearing best, he just hears breast. Every thing is just like, oh,
Nailed
no.
She's gonna lay you down and she's gonna be like, yes, just rest, okay? Just rest.
Breast.
And she's gonna basically close the door and blow out the candle as she leaves. And then she's just gonna look at the corner of the room that the blankets are piled up on, and she's just gonna go, I don't even know. And she's going to take her leave, heading downstairs to where the rest of the party are currently at.
As she's walking down, I say, I'm sorry for them. I told them to put it back, but they don't listen.
It is fine. I don't have anything of value in the room. It seems that they were more interested than anything else. But, whatever. If they choose to partake of the drugs, then this is what this place is here for, and I'm okay with sharing. As for the rest of you, I would like to see the red man with you. So, follow me. And she's going to escort you into the open booth here. And sitting in the booth is the red man. From head to toe, he's basically, the only thing you can see is like the Star Wars like Imperial Guard like style red armor. And all you see is the eye slits and yellow dots in there. And he's just looking out from it, and he goes, I've been brought here to make a concoction to counteract the effects of petrification from a basilisk.
Yes. We do have some of its venom, and I looked to Zap to see if he still has it.
He probably doesn't.
Before you pull it out, I have a few questions to ask you just to ensure that what the creature we are speaking about is basilisk. First,
Go ahead.
did it have 6 legs?
Yes, it did.
When you found it, what was it doing?
It was behind a cart, but we were hearing chewing, and we figured it was chewing on some rocks, which I guess later was some of these statues.
Ah, yes. Next, did you manage to collect its eyes?
Yes.
I did.
Now, lastly, the deal that I have made with Lady Dilla is if you had collected the eyes, I would be taking that as payment.
Okay. I think
Look at her. Does this mean that you're good for that?
I will compensate you, if that is what you mean.
Yes.
Then yes.
So, I have the eyes on me, and
Oh, I know. I'll go get him. Don't worry.
apparently,
Zap's just like, I got it.
good luck getting close.
So next he's gonna go, and I assume you've collected the bile from their mouth, yes?
Put out the bile. Yes.
Good. Then that will be everything we need to craft the potion. Now, where are the eyes?
let me and my party member
Hey,
go
Dahlia,
get them.
how long will it take those individuals upstairs to stop?
Even if he stealths, they're in my bag of holding.
Yeah, so
Shit.
they're high all night.
I'm assuming you want your daughter as fast as possible. I will be right back. Gamma,
Yes.
would you accompany me?
Of course.
So
We'll be
You-
right back.
you guys show upstairs, and you guys recognize the trademark-ish landmark of a mountain of blankets piled against a door, and like in the pile you can see the snout of an albino lizard with the outlines of green like snaked throughout it.
Do I get advantage because he's messed up?
I'm gonna tell you this now. Ish has blind sight. You're not sneaking up on Ish. It's just not possible.
Hmm.
This has been a session.
Also, I gotta reload because the lighting's weird for me.
Yeah, it's all
I could
good.
see like a triangle in front of me, and that's it.
Yeah, here, give me 1
Yeah.
second. Let me see if it decided to mess with my dynamic lighting. It did mess with my dynamic lighting. Boom. Did that fix it?
I reload it and it's all lit up now.
Cool. So Ish is piled up in the corner, and what are you guys going to do?
Would I know
gonna-
where Ish's bag is?
Ish's bag is always on Ish. Ish never takes Ish's bag off.
Can I see
well-
Ish's bag?
No, you
no.
cannot see anything but my snout.
Yeah, the only thing that is sticking out of the pile of blankets is the snout.
Get my hand in as fast as I can. Try to slide a hands it off.
I'm gonna bite him.
Gotcha. So, go ahead and do an attack against that sleight of hand, Ish.
How is it?
Yeah, just make an attack action on. So strength attack versus
Or would it be Dex?
its strength.
Okay.
Because you're using your jaw. You're like.
I'm assuming I'm proficient with my jaw.
You are proficient with your jaw. Zap, you're going to take 1 point of piercing damage as she snakes out and bites your hand. And Ish retreats back into the blankets.
It's Chester for
This is
rabies.
going to be all day unless you're able to put this thing to sleep.
Even if we put it to sleep, we will not be able to get the eyes. We need to get him to get the eyes.
You
Then
need
we
my
can put her to
password.
sleep.
Yeah.
You guys, being in the party, you've heard Ish very obviously state his password every time he accesses the bag.
No, I'm quiet.
Definitely.
Suggest Ish-
Definitely not. If they can
what was
manage
that?
to get you separated from the bag, they'll be able to retrieve the eyes.
Can I walk up close to the fort, I guess?
Yeah.
And what does Ish do?
Begins to hiss as you
Yeah,
approach
I-
the mountain of blankets and cushions.
She's also really fast right now. Come on.
That's fair. Can I say in primordial stop to see if Ish will just like be feared?
No.
No.
Speaking primordial
You-
doesn't do anything.
You'd have to intimidate, but
That's more of my shtick.
yeah, and he's passed out on the
Yeah. I mean, I
Can I
can
get the
try
bag
to
again?
intimidate Ish to give us the bag.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll intimidate, and in order to oppose that,
So, intimidation.
and then you're going to do a wisdom saving throw against that. Or sorry, not wisdom, charisma.
really charisma.
Ish retreats into the blankets
Even for
even further.
Doesn't give me the bag.
No.
Suggest.
No bite from the snake.
The snake knows better. The snake is not also fucking
Higher
on
than a cut.
speed.
Yeah, it isn't fucking high
the
on
snake follows
speed.
my direction.
No,
So
it's not
You
going
get
to
the snake
attack.
speed, right?
Yeah, we gave the
Oh.
snake speed, so now it's sitting there higher than a kite, and it's just like,
Why don't I have wings? Where's my legs?
I'll say to Ish, do you want to keep your blankets? Because they could go up in a puff of smoke if you don't give me the bag.
I'm gonna hiss at him.
I'm a hiss back.
You begin to hiss back at Zap, or Ish. Zap's just standing there like, what the fuck?
Give me the bag for 2 seconds, and then you can go back.
Make a diplomacy check.
Diplomacy?
Yep.
What would that be?
Charisma. Just do me a
Just a
charisma
regular
save.
charisma check?
Yep. Make an opposed charisma check. Damn. Ish is just not relenting from this pile of blankets.
Alright. Fuck this. Cast sleep. 3rd level.
3rd level sleep eye. 48.
Yeah,
And with
that's
no
too low.
issues, you begin to hear a slight snoring from Ish with inside the blanket mound.
Grab the bag.
Gotcha. Yeah, you reach inside.
We don't know what's gonna happen next. I want to
Just
save.
hit me.
John says no, set the mound on fire.
My blankets.
But no. So you managed to retrieve the bag, and without too much difficulty managed to retrieve the eyes from within the bag, and you managed to put the bag back on Ish and return downstairs.
Also,
Hold
I
on, hold on.
didn't think I was
I'm
gonna
not-
roll high enough, to be honest, even at
I-
3rd
Damn it, I'll
level.
I was hoping
Damn it.
you would.
Don't drag me down yet.
Okay.
Game, I'll be down there in a moment. I gotta do something. This is gonna be funny. I'm gonna drag at Ish and put him on top of.
I'll let them know.
Got it. So
I'll let them know.
you basically drag Ish out of the mound of blankets, and you put him.
Would my snake be okay with this?
I mean, yes, only because he knows better than to bite your allies.
But he also knows better than to remove Ish from the blanket.
True, but he's just gonna carry you back to the blankets or attempt to. But yeah.
He attempts to. He's medium. I'm small.
Yeah, exactly. He's just gonna basically grip you in a death grip and like drag you into the blankets.
Thunking my head against
Thunk,
everything on the
thunk.
way.
Thunk, thunk. So yeah, you managed to drag Ish over on top of Ondariel, and then you head downstairs.
Oh boy, something a spoon.
Yay.
I'm
So
also extremely naked.
you guys manage to get downstairs, and the little area in front of the red man is cleared away, and he's already got an alchemy set out, as he is basically mixing a bunch of different chemicals, and he goes, "The eyes. Yes?"
Hand him the eyes. It took a little more convincing than I
Good.
thought necessary.
If anybody didn't care about Dario being naked, it's probably Ish.
Yeah, right?
You right.
So he goes, "No need to worry. I was just on the step where I needed the eyes. The bile has already done its work. I am currently distilling the concoction." He takes the eyes, he sets 3 of them off to the side, and then he crushes one into the vial, and he begins to stir it. And it begins to shift from colors from kind of a clear liquid into kind of a white, cloudy mucus. And it begins to thicken and thicken and thicken to the point where it's then become a gel. And he goes, yes, good. Perfect. Here. He sets the vial down. This is enough to cure all 4 of the remaining people. You missed a decent chunk of the process. You do note that if you do get the remaining information to be able to get to this point, that you would be able to replicate it without too much effort. But you did miss most of the creation process. And he's going to pull out 2 vials and goes, "I did not need these 2 vials of bile, and these were not part of the deal. Here." And he hands back over 2 of the vials, and he collects the 3 eyes, and he puts them away inside of his bag of holding. And he goes, "It was pleasure doing business." And he's gonna stand and be like, "I take my leave, of course. Lady Dilamai, and adventurers." And he steps out and begins to leave. Oh, and one more thing. Only apply it to the individuals that are turned to stone. And he leaves.
How do you apply it?
Doesn't even answer that. I mean, nobody asked, but it's kind of obvious with a gel.
You
Drink it.
rub
Slather
in
it all over it. Just
You
all
drink
over
it.
him. Yeah, you drink it. You make the stone statues drink it.
No, you drink
Oh,
it.
you
and
drink
then-
it. Yeah, good luck.
And then you lick them.
I
Then you baby mama. Or
Baby
mama,
Marmite.
sorry.
So, you guys now have the clear white gel in the vial in front of you. And
Is it like aloe vera?
kind of, yeah. It's a very thick, mucousy gel.
That's aloe vera.
It's not.
Yes. So, the Lady Dilma is going to go, well, it seems that we've managed to do this, and I will give you the honors of applying it. I would rather not risk any chance of me fucking it up.
Oh, so if they fuck it up, it's their fault. Okay.
Exactly. And she's going to basically escort you out the back door and down the alleyway to a private building where the other statues are. And she's going to hand whoever wants to do it the vial.
So it would be either me or Zap.
So it's not a vial, it's a flask. So it's a little larger than
Yeah.
a vial.
More apt with doing this since I make potions and stuff. But
So
Yeah.
it doesn't take you long. You manage to get a healthy covering of the gel on the first person, and within a matter of moments, the gel seems to kind of suck into the stone, and they begin to shift back into flesh and blood. And they take a
Who's the
deep
first
breath, and they're just like,
thinking,
and they begin to freak out. And then they realize that they're alive, and they kind of begin hyperventilating and coming down from like a near-death experience. And you go from, you basically start with Lady Dilamai's daughter, and she comes out of it, and she begins to shiver in shock at the near-death experience. And then you work on the other ones. And by the end of it, Lady Dilamai is basically holding her daughter and kissing her on the forehead and thanking the gods and you guys for having brought her back. She is going to, by the end of it, you have earned what you have requested. I will go ahead and arrange a meeting with the Sultan. It will be for tomorrow, more than likely.
we don't
That
even
is-
need to use the sword.
Not yet, anyways. I thank you.
Yes, and another individual would like to thank you as well. Let him enter. The guards bring in the slave, and he enters and he bows very deeply, and he goes, "You have saved not only my life, but the life of Lady Dilamai's daughter. I wish to thank you for everything you have done. Thank you for saving my life." And he takes his leave immediately.
I give him as he's saying that, I give him a little head nod.
Lady
Like
Dilamai is
the
going to
bro
go.
nod?
The bro nod, like, yeah, bro, yeah.
Like the upwards nod or the downwards nod?
Downwards.
So, seeing as that's done, Lady Dilamai is going to be like, "This is my daughter's place of rest. Upstairs is her room, but there are a few quarters here that you may use if you want some privacy. I will be staying here with my daughter tonight, and your friends are currently occupying my quarters. They may rest there for the night, but do ensure that they do not loiter. Thank you. Loiter
You're
within my
welcome.
quarters."
I
Loitering
would
if I'm running a marathon.
just like to mention you take out what they found before they realize, so they don't go looking for it again tomorrow.
I'm gonna go look for it now.
You're gonna wake up and have an itch for speed.
Going to go upstairs in her quarters after and take the rest of the drugs.
Nope, I'm going right now to look in the bag and grab like at least 5 more of those out of there.
Alright, y'all need to stop being ridiculous. You're not going to take any more drugs.
I'm not gonna take it. I'm just gonna take.
We're gonna start selling it. We're gonna own the streets.
No, I'm gonna secretly slip it into people's drinks and review them.
Nope.
Gotcha. So you're going to take the remaining amounts of the moon sugar for potions in the future. But that is where we're going to call it quits for the day. And with the next session, you guys are going to be meeting with the Sultan of Terumai
Why are we stopping here?
because we need to do some shopping today. It's about 3.5
yeah.
hours into the session, and I do not have the next dungeon created. It's there. I just need to actually get it mapped, worked out. So, next session, we will start with a mini roleplay with the Sultan. Then we are going to get started with the pyramid. Until the next session, have fun, everybody. As for the rest of you, I will be trying to think of a giveaway for everyone who's here. If you guys are interested in the giveaway, be sure to catch all of my streams or some of them, or just check my YouTube or Discord for information regarding it. My YouTube address is in my About section of the Twitch homepage. So
YouTube
if you guys,
Twisted Teach.
yeah, YouTube/Twisted Teach, but that's no. This is going on YouTube. This is mainly for the end of the session. As for the rest of you, if you are interested in the giveaway, I don't know what it is going to be yet, but I will be figuring that out. As for now, though, that is going to be the end of the session, and I'm going to get the entire stream over to go see the dragons in the dining room. So I'm going to get this rated over, and I will be seeing you guys next week. Bye.
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 Bye. Have a wonderful day. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I'm the Sandman. Bring me a dream. Bum, 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 bum.
He's not playing Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, everybody. I've got you rated over, and until next time, I will see you later.